25?
Right.
Oh,
Now
we
you
want
want
to
to
do a,
test the.
Alright, so do I have media? How do I, alright, how do
Starting soon. Alright, so you need to really pull up the PowerPoint.
And we only want to show the slide without going forward, right?
No, we'll actually go right through it. You got a minute to open it.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess technically, right, in this one you want to for a minute. But how are you going to do this?
Yeah, that's good. That's what I was just going to say. Almost we need a beginning one
Well,
that has no...
Just go with it. No, but I'm a little stuck.
Okay, just start it from the beginning.
Okay, good. We're going
Alright,
here.
so...
That's positive.
Well, here's the
So if
problem.
you stay there,
Hold on.
just kind of pause it. Or if you will, go to a Udicci one.
Oh, this is where it's kind of a pain. That's we need another
Right,
computer.
it's another computer.
We need
That's what I'm like,
to-
why can't we just have this extend over there? Oh, that's it, because you lose focus on this.
Yes.
Okay, so fade that now, because that'll give us our background.
Oh shit. I gotta zoom it.
And we got 3 minutes. Over here tonight.
There we go. Does it?
Alright, so now you should be seeing that. So we should in about a minute, there we go. Alright, so we know that we're streaming it. What we don't know is if we have any sound.
We should have some coming from the primary mic, not from the secondary mic.
This one here.
This one's turned off.
Which one is that?
Test. Test. In a bare minimum, we should have like air.
Go ahead and turn that back off. Just hit. Yeah, we're good.
Alright,
We got some.
that's sound. Alright. So,
Then we've got her in the way here.
and are you ready with this? Alright, so obviously we've got a little bit of work to do. We got a little work to do.
Yeah, but you know what? For our first time, that's not bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, are you going to like actually segue in here?
Running through it
There's Jim.
again.
There's Jim tapping on the thing. We're good.
My mic is off, just so you know.
Why?
You want me to have my...
Yeah. And well, are you going to run? Now, do you want Jim to run the PowerPoint? So that, oh wait, that's the switcher too. Ah, yeah. We're
that's
gonna
why
be.
I was like, it's kind of a pain in the neck, but...
This is where we really do need the other. So actually, I could put the switcher on my iPad.
Good.
So that's realistically we need something else to switch on. But the switching piece will be, which is why we're down one computer. Normally we'd have a fourth computer here, but Mike's in Detroit.
Okay.
All right.
You are live.
We are live.
You are
But
live.
so and it's like just me.
And it's just
It's
you.
not the stuff back there. So right now I'm talking.
Chuck,
to an empty
you are live.
mouth. Okay.
Let me do
fantastic.
this the right way.
All right, well, welcome to Udicci.TV. Tonight's Thursday night. That means it's Thursday night social, and you should all be down here at Blue Bar and Grill kind of watching all of this happen. Tonight's a bit of a different kind of show. Mike, hey, Mike, how's it going? I'm assuming you're sitting here watching, eagerly waiting for something to happen, or you're Aoshina. I'll probably go with that one. Anyways, Mike's in Detroit this week, and so this means it was left up to Tim and I, and we've got another friend here who's going to come up and, are you going to say hi at least? Are you going to at least say hi, guys? Jim Bassett is with us. You could say hi there. Hi. All right, that's a good. So Jim's actually a friend of ours who does a lot of work behind the scenes, and this is the first time that he was on camera, but how do you feel on camera?
Wonderful.
You're wonderful. All right.
I'm going to ask some questions.
All right. So with that, I'm not really getting anything up here, Tim. So tonight our show is called Structure, and honestly I think I kind of misnamed it a little bit. Tonight we're actually trying a few new things. So it's really, to be honest with you, there's nobody here except for the three of us. Don't worry, the real talent comes in later on. Julio will be here, Tag will be here. They have a great show planned for tonight, but we actually are trying some new technologies tonight, and in a nutshell, you'll actually, what we're going to be doing, and you'll actually see it through the night or understand it a little bit better as we go. But we may as well, without any further ado, just go ahead and get started. So one of the things we are talking about tonight is structure, and when I think about structure, one of the things I really start to think about is I think about my wife. My wife is such a free-spirited person, and it really is just part of one of those things that I just truly love about her, is that she just is so free-spirited that the idea of being limited or to put into a box is actually very something of a downer for her. But I mean, this is now, we've been married for about 23 years, for over 23 years, and we started learning the value of structure. And one of the things about when I compare that whole free spirit idea, and I think about the idea that as an individual, as a person, you truly and indeed can do anything that you want with your life. You truly can. I believe that with all of my heart. I believe that any of us are capable of achieving anything that it is that we want to do. The thing is, while we can do anything, we can't do everything. And that's kind of where it starts to feel like, wait a second, how did I just go from free spirit and able to do whatever it is I want to do to not being able to do whatever it is I want to do? Because you just told me I can't do everything. And while I understand that a free spirit, or the people who don't like necessarily to be put into a box, because I'm one of those people, that everything is simply unattainable. And if we don't start limiting ourselves, and we don't start saying, here's our boundaries, and here's our tolerances, and this is what we can do, and this is what we can't do, indeed we'll never actually accomplish anything. And quite frankly, the more we increase our focus, the more absolute we get in what it is that we can do, the more we know what it is that we know, the more that the higher the likelihood is of success. And that's kind of true in business as it is in life. Knowing who it is you can best serve is vital to your business. Now, most of us, we hear that as we call them as niche markets, right? And when we start off in business, we so often want to kind of serve everybody. But what we find out is that the more specific we can get, the more successful we can become. And you can look around in any given market, the expert in their field is really the one who dominates that. And I think that you start to look around, you can find that, whether it's the big corporations who understand one absolute piece of software, as a Google, there are those who are out there that dominate their field. And they truly are the experts, or at least that's how they're perceived by the consumers. And we want to talk more about small business and the idea of trying to focus on exactly what it is that you know that you can do, and you can do it as good as anybody else, or as well as anybody else. You don't even have to be the best, but you know what it is you know, and you know what it is that you can do, and you want to deliver that. And sometimes that just doesn't happen, and that's because we try to do too much. So that's what we're actually here to talk about tonight, is really putting together the proper message to deliver to market. And not only having the proper message, but to do what it is you say that it is you're going to do. And that's an important part of a brand, is to actually live up to saying whatever it is you're promising, whatever it is you're telling people you're capable of, deliver it, and deliver it time and again and time and again. And why we're talking about this as social media is simply this. An informed consumer is really our best consumer. And all of us have heard of the information superhighway, and that superhighway is where people go to get information. And if you are an expert in your field, you can certainly capitalize on that by speaking directly to your market. And your market doesn't have to be 10 million strong. It can be 10 strong, and you can create a great business out of there. So it really is okay to limit yourself. In fact, that's what structure is all about. Policies, procedures, and tolerances. Structure does not actually limit us. In fact, it does just the opposite. When we're willing to work within a structure and we're willing to say, this is what we're going to do, and then we actually do it, that is when we find our greatest success. So with that, we're going to be talking a little bit about tonight about structuring your social media and structuring your message to get it out to market. And we are right now going to head to a sponsor break. And let me know when we're at sponsor break.
Give me 1 second.
Tell me who we're doing it.
All right, hold on.
I've got 12 seconds to make up.
Oh, crap. Hold on, I started without, this is tough without.
The transition is a little bit difficult. A little bumpy. A little bumpy.
Little bump. Are you pre-taping?
Yeah, no, we're actually live and trying a couple other things. Don't forget to hit the Q. Control Q when we go to orange.
Oh.
And tell me when we're starting.
Hold on.
Oh, here we go.
Yep.
Whoa, we're like 30 seconds into it. We're 30 seconds into a 3-second transition.
Hey.
What are we doing with that?
There we go.
All right.
Transition.
So we are at now Lexington. Take One with Lexington. Take One is a social media program to help you achieve your goals. If you have some debt and you'd like to help around the world, find out today about Take One for Rahema through Lexington. Now let me know when we get to Blue. Blue Bar and Grill out in Gates. It's the West Side place to be. Get out here to Blue Bar and Grill every Thursday night for some of the best barbecue in town. And wait.
Udicci.TV.
All right, tell me when you go there.
Dot. Okay.
What
was that? Segment 1. Okay. We're back to Blue.
Back to Blue. I'm too late for Blue. Try it again.
Okay, and we're back. To Lexington.
Lexington Federal Credit Union, been serving Rochester since 1959, or somewhere around there, about 55 years now, and they are growing, and they're committed to community growth, and they want to help you grow. If you're looking to accomplish something, get a hold of Lexington Federal Credit Union.
They're getting to see all the ATEM stuff.
And we're back. Oh, that's not going to work.
Yeah, no.
You have to work on that.
Yep.
All right, so you've got to figure something out. Actually, what you could do, get the switcher up on this computer, and as long as I kind of know the content, I'm fine with that. Because we'll have to be working with that a little bit. All right, so for those of you who are tuning in tonight, you're kind of seeing a bunch of bumpy things going on. This is exactly what we're doing. We're actually creating new structure to the entire show where we can bring in sponsors, and we're going to be talking about those tonight. Those are show sponsors. We're going to be talking about directors and segment sponsors. And for those of you familiar with anything that is social media and kind of the things that are going on, what you just kind of experienced was our first go-round at having a little bit of fun. What you saw there were 12-second segments that we're calling sponsor spots, and didn't go as smoothly as we had wanted, but that's okay. We'll get that right. So, all right, I'm not getting anything up here, but that's okay. So,
now try it.
What's that?
Try it.
Try what? Well, I'm good. So actually, we're at a little chit chat here. So that was a little bit bumpy. A little bit bumpy. You've got a couple minutes to prepare for the next one. And tonight, like I told you, we're trying some new things. For those of you who are familiar with Udicci and Udicci.TV, you should know by now that this is really sort of an R&D for us where we actually are constantly testing stuff. Now, we don't necessarily do that to the real talent. That would be Tag, and Julio, the people who really know what they're doing. We only mess around with our own stuff. So that's what we're doing right now. Now, are you prepared yet to do a switch? Can we make this smooth?
I cannot do full screen on this. I haven't figured that out yet.
Full screen?
I don't know how to do Minicam full screen.
All right, well, don't worry about Minicam. You don't need to have that camera tonight. You just worry about the...
actually, full screen broadcast. Hold on.
Oh, so now you're going to get...
Hey, all right. So now we can actually...
What are we doing?
Oh, I'm trying to switch over so that they...
Oh, we're screwed.
No, it's all good.
All right.
Look at the Nile.
No.
See, I'm
this
behind
is
here.
Denial.
Howdy.
All right, tell me
Okay,
where we are.
we're good.
Okay, so tell me what you've got going on over there.
You are back on there right now.
I'm on here right now. This is fine. I can figure that out.
Yep.
So I'm I can see the cameras. Why don't you just tell me which camera is
direct?
What's that?
You're on the direct camera.
No. Which camera is actually the sponsor spots?
The sponsors?
Your media computer. Mike, help!
Number one.
Number one, thank you. So I'll actually know when you're on number one when we go to that. So tell me, okay, when we go to a sponsor break, and just give me a cue in when you're ready to go to a sponsor break.
Okay. You ready to go now?
Yeah.
Okay. Another sponsor break. Hold on 1 second. I gotta.
Have you learned anything in the past 3 or 4 months from Mike?
I've been on the other side of the controls.
You need one of those little clipboards to go.
Yeah, we got to find that one. All right, so you're actually running through now. You didn't give me. Wow.
Go camera one.
And we are.
Someone like.
Cut. We are back to take one. Lexington. This is so much fun.
3, 2, 1. We're done. All right. So
Blue.
actually, let's go ahead. We're at blue. All right. What we're going to do is we'll try to lead in properly.
Okay.
So give me the orange, and then just give me the point up.
So I not cut me again.
No. You ready? But you do have to bring back to me. Ready?
And we are back to the black. And we are back to the orange and black, then Udicci.TV. And action. Back to blue.
Blue Bar and Grill, the place to be on the west side. Every Thursday night, come out for Blue Barbecue. You know what we're going to have out here? It's going to be these fantastic smoked turkey legs. Stick around later in the show and maybe you'll see one. Come out to Lexington Federal Credit Union. You need to save money on debt? You get out here to Lexington Federal Credit Union. Done. All right, now I'm back. Let me explain a little bit what's going on there. How many of you are familiar with Vine? Right? Everybody's a little familiar with Vine. They're those little 8-second commercials, right? They're little 8-second videos. So what we're working on tonight are literally 12-second sponsor spots. Now, we're not expecting these sponsor spots to really go anywhere. We're just kind of working for pacing on that. And here's the funny. What is the value of a 12-second sponsor spot in a video? And I had to ask myself that. And I'm like, what is actually the value of an 8-second video? Now, with all due respect, I don't necessarily have to turn to people who think they have the answer, right? That was kind of the beginning of the show. I think I'd want to go to people who kind of know that they have the answer. And when I say that, what I simply mean is this. I'm going to go to somebody who I think really understands social media. That would be somebody like Facebook, fair enough. Twitter, fair enough. And what did Twitter think the value of an 8-second video was? The answer? $940 million.
For an 8-second video? 8-second video.
They bought Vine for $940 million. And what does Vine do? They offer 8-second videos. So when I realized, because what's really most important with social media is that you get to your point and say it quickly and get it done. Why? Because we don't have any more attention span, right? Everybody wants to tell you what they know. They don't want to actually listen to anything, so you got to get done really quick. Realistically, the vast majority of videos online, people only watch upwards of 3-minute videos, and then it gets really old. Somewhere around like 3 minutes and 5 seconds, people are like drooling, right? So we need to start using our social media more effectively. And tonight we're actually demoing a little bit of what it is we're trying to get to. We're actually creating a new structure that is simply this. It's 1 minute of sponsorship, 4 minutes of content. 1 minute of sponsorship, 4 minutes of content. 1 minute of sponsorship, 4 minutes of content. And that covers every 15 minutes. If you recall, what can happen from 15 minutes?
Say that fast 3 times.
141414. It's a zip code somewhere out west. All right. I'll rest watch it. So what can happen from 15 minutes? Well, here's what can happen from 15 minutes. Your show can grow in a matter of 15 weeks to well over an hour each week, and you have regular guests to it. We've got tag and people, coming on a regular basis now, tuning into their show. It started with 15 minutes. About 15 weeks ago. That's what 15 minutes can do for you, and that's what it can do for your business. If you've got a cause, or you've got a message, or if you've got something that you want to get out, if you can just be concise, get it delivered the way you want it delivered, in a matter of 15 minutes each week, if you can, commit to that, your message can grow. And over a course of many weeks, it doesn't just grow minimally, and it's not something that just gets watched. Our current shows average, I think we're about 3 hours of viewing right now per day. A while back, we haven't cut up anything. If we cut it up, we'd be over about 6 hours of viewing. We're breaking the rule that I'm sitting here talking to you about. All of our stuff is still in these hour-long chunks. So we're not talking about a little bit of exposure here. We're talking about a lot of exposure. And we're going to talk about that tonight, what the pricing is like and how that's going to work. So we're going to go through that tonight. We're going to speak to people on Saturday at the Rochester Women's Health Expo, and then we're going to go ahead and deploy it next week to kind of give everybody a little bit of an example. And with that, I think I should have given Tim a little bit more of a heads up, because I kind of know where we're at in the show more than he does, because I've got this thing in front of me, which any of our customers would have in front of us, is the ability to actually read what it is that they're actually doing. And then, of course, we'd have the people behind the monitor ready to go. Now, we'd be good with that.
So what are we doing? Going to the break?
A sponsor break.
Another sponsor break. Right.
Why did he write down the instructions for you guys?
Well, we've got, no, this is all new this week.
Why did he make like a little how-to YouTube video for you guys?
Well, we actually got that, but this is all new. Lexington Federal Credit Union, been serving Rochester since 1958. And last time it was 1959. So I guess I should get it correct. And that wasn't this time. All right. I'm coming back to, I start with blue. Give me a point at the time you do the control Q.
I was going to say, before it was the same age.
Now it's Udicci.TV. And point. You're good.
Blue Barn Grill is the place to be on the west side. Every Thursday night, come on out and have the barbecue. They've got these incredible turkey legs, smoked turkey legs. You got to come out to them. Lexington Federal Credit Union. Together we grow. It's not just a slogan, it's something that they believe, and they're committed to community development. If you want to grow, go to Lexington. All right. So we're going to talk a little bit about some of the different options that are available for people in these little 15 different in these 15-minute segments or hour-long segments. The first one we're going to talk about is called the director. Now, the director is somebody who actually influences an hour-long episode. What you're seeing when we're here is our hour-long episodes, and a director is somebody who has an overall message that they want to get out to the community. And what I mean by that overall message is simply this. If you want to talk to people about health and wellness, that's probably a little bit broad, but you could start building a community, an online community around health and wellness. Maybe your thing is running. Maybe your thing is nutrition. Maybe yours is, nutrition is eating better, holistic. However you'd approach it, and you've got something you want to get out to the community, you can come on and be a director of a show. Now, that is 4 segments at 15 minutes. Now, a director pays $250, and they can actually influence the show for 1 hour. Now, when I say influence the content, because Udicci is all about economic development, we have a very broad scope of things that we can talk about on our shows and that we can bring people together. That could be building a business, getting out of debt, health and wellness, the arts, the community, the music, just what's going on in the community. Pretty much anything that is about what is good and what is growth. So if you've got a message that you want to get out, you can become a director. Now, the great thing is it's $250, but you can actually go ahead and begin to make revenue on that. So if you've got something that you believe in and you know that people are going to follow you on, you can go ahead and start making that investment, get a few other people with you, which is going to increase your distribution. And by increasing that distribution and working with other people, you could actually begin to profit. Now, if you're looking for a reason to profit, we're giving you one. If you're looking for a reason just to get your message out, what I would suggest is coming together, getting a show together, hooking up with 2 to 3 other people who are like-minded with you and serve complementary markets that you do. And, if, like I said, it's maybe you host racing, fleet feet, that kind of stuff. And you also want to do something else in health. Hook up with those kind of people. We'll talk a little bit more about that. Get with us. We'll teach you how to manage a show. We'll give you the collaborative tools to help get it done online, and we'll help you to get your message out there. That is a director. Huh? Sponsor break.
All right, hold on 1 second.
Thinking maybe it's too quick.
Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking it's too quick. You're good on it.
All right. So now we're going to be talking a little bit about segment sponsors. You just heard.
The segment sponsor. Let's go through the sponsorship. We're at Lexington now. We're blue.
Mike.
Hey, you're the one that wanted somebody sponsored right.
Well, we were just, what I really wanted to do, because I figured like Mike, because once I figured you're behind the computer, I'm going to throw the whole kitchen sink at you tonight.
Yeah, the first time.
We're actually doing a lot more tonight. One of the things we're actually doing tonight is trying to cut each and every segment as we go.
Yeah, let's just throw it all on the table.
If we had our one other computer, Mike, this would have been a lot easier.
He's probably watching.
Oh, I'm sure.
Laughing.
Lexington, we're back to that, and then we're back to segment sponsors, and we're good with that. All right, so this may not become what it is I was hoping to become, but that's all good with that. All right, so we're going to be talking a bit about segment sponsors. Just a minute ago, we talked about directors and how that's a 1-hour episode, and again, we look at everything in 15-minute increments. A segment sponsor, that would be 15 minutes. It's going to be somebody who really wants to begin promoting their business or their cause. And like I said, they have a complementary message to what it is that the director wants to put together. So you get together a group of people, and every week or however often you want to do this, at least once a month, you get together and you come on and you talk about what you want to talk about for 15 minutes. The great thing about that is what you're actually doing, if you do this well, is you're creating 2 to 3 to possibly 4 individual videos that you can then distribute out the following week. If you will, you're producing your social media to promote your business. So now what you're doing is you're actually live promoting your business, collaborating with other people, networking with like-minded individuals who are reaching the same audience that you're reaching, and you're actually going to then use that production to then promote it and get more people listening. And you're promoting it together with the other people that the director has pulled together, so you're all speaking to one another and you're promoting one another's business. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? No, we don't have to do another one.
Okay, I was going to say, that's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot.
We might want to restructure.
Yeah.
So
I think we're going to need to restructure.
either that or we have to find a better way to handle all this.
I think it at least if we could get to where there's like points that you want cut.
Yeah.
That's more important than even the segment sponsors that are on there.
So you want to cut this?
Yeah, cut what I'm. Yeah.
That's true to a point. You're going to have to know how many slots you can structure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't sell it.
It sounded good on paper.
Yeah, it could just be we're trying to push too much through. I mean, but the reality still is, and we've got a couple minutes. The reality is that you really can't have 10-minute segments.
No, it's too long.
Maximum time people concentrate anyway.
Yeah, and you can have a conversation in 4 minutes. It's really the switching.
It's operational. It really is operational here, and I think one more computer
would
solves
make
it all.
And
And another hand, because
another hand.
I mean,
Agreed.
if we have it up here, it's not horrible, but it's definitely challenging.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
but you're good.
What's that?
Could it be done on
The switching could be done on the.
Quite honestly, that's probably what we need is a separate switching device.
Yeah.
but this couldn't?
What?
The PowerPoint. No, the PowerPoint should come from a computer that can plug into the anytime.
Right.
Oh!
All right. So if you want to hit another control Q there, what we'll do is we'll go into what's my next one here? Host and sponsor spots. No, what I'm saying is just count down, cue me in, and then we'll have that, and we'll just take out what we just talked about.
Okay.
So
So you want to do that again?
well, hold on.
And it is a timing thing too. I mean, because this is not brand new.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting it.
The tempo.
I think that you're right. It's more of a tempo of each thing, and the 15 minutes is still correct. And ultimately, you may want to just hit it. You know, what we may find is that we may not want a minute in between each one. We may want to just kind of like I think the 12 seconds is right. I think that like a quick in out is right.
Yeah, I think that the timing is right. I think it's more about how everything, like the operational piece of this is what's challenging. So, but it's not horrible. It's just
really not.
It just comes across in the stream. That's a problem.
All right. So control Q me again, and then we'll kind of go on to the next one.
I don't remember which one I was on.
We good? All right, so we're going to be talking about hosting Udicci.TV, production at your place, and sponsor spots. So as you do, if you're tuning in, you're actually hearing us talk about the sponsor spots. We're going to have to work those out a little bit. But what we've been playing with throughout the night are exactly that, sponsor spots. They're 12-second spots where your brand, your image, your message will be seen by people, and you can put a voice behind it. Now, obviously, it won't be me doing the voice from stage. It would actually already be pre-recorded, so that way it's very well thought out and delivered, which in itself will make it a lot easier. So those are sponsor spots. Sponsor spots start at $30, and you can buy a dozen for $250. And they stay embedded in the media, in the video, and that's important to understand because, like right now, if you go out to YouTube, right, you can skip those ads and whatnot. These are ads that are going to be sponsor spots that are going to be embedded into the video. So as long as the video is out there, people see it, and that's an important piece of it. Hosting is a whole other piece that you can do. What's fun about hosting is that you can actually, just like Blue Bar and Grill, each and every Thursday night, they host the production of Udicci.TV series. What a host can do is to actually host Udicci.TV to come in. We need about 6 hours, so it is a bit. Now, we don't need a ton of space. We need a couple hundred square foot. We do need a little area where it can be, a little bit quiet with it, but it is meant to be social. It is meant to bring people into where you are, to introduce them to your facility, to whether you're a business, a doctor's office, a fitness gym, funeral. Oh my God. Okay, that was not a good one. But, the idea is like pretty much anywhere that you would want to bring people would be a reason to have us in there because it's giving the host spot publicity every time this is going on, and everything you heard about where you have directors and segment sponsors, all those people coming into your spot talking about where you are. And as a host, you also get to be, if you choose to, a director of one of the shows. Or at least you could say, this is one I'd like to one of the shows at least to be talked about, and we can build it around there. So hosting, $250. Segment sponsors begin at $30, 12 of them for $250. And with that, we're actually going to properly transition into Real Talk 360 by putting up a 1-minute transition tonight, and we will be having a little bit of fun on Real Talk 360 because we've got some new fun stuff going on tonight, and hopefully. All right. Oh, I didn't talk about now. You can go back to just switching the other way, and ultimately you do have to go.
And what I did is I put a pre-slide on it, and that way we can hit arrow to start the transition stuff.
So get out of you have to give them back this thing here, and
back over here.
You need to start 360, and we're going to be testing some fun stuff with you guys tonight. Tonight was really, honestly, a big test environment for us.
Do you want to start the transition to the other slides here? What's that? Do you want to go into Lexington?
No, just let's not worry about the sponsors while we're here.
While we're for them?
Yeah.
As a whole, you don't want to worry about sponsors for them.
So what do you want?
Please stand by.
So that's like I said, tonight was a bit stressful on the side, but nonetheless, we'll actually be able to, this is going to act as like trying for you guys to have a little fun with it and hang around. And I think we could probably bring in up to 4 people. So even people in the audience could start holding on to it. So we wanted to hold that one. You guys play with that. We kind of destroyed ours. So we're good.
What?
Our show.
Oh, that's one of those.
Yeah.
how that was really. We were trying to do a whole new structure for sponsorship.
Camera.
I'll get that.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys start there. Let us
Tag,
you guys
no,
do your
you
thing.
ain't gonna bring the beer up.
You ever watch the Flintstones? You know what it's called?
Turkey leg.
A what?
It's a turkey. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the big dinosaur. What's it called? Brontosaurus.
Dino.
The Brontosaurus.
Brontosaurus burger or something?
Really? That's how you're gonna do it?
You know what?
You wanna bring that food too?
Hell yeah. Might as well put it up there compared with those little bones that you guys.
That should look pretty good.
Oh wait, you guys are.
We're live? Oh, okay. So, yeah, so we're eating. We're gonna eat and we're gonna do a show.
That's not even fair.
We got the Bam Bam Brontosaurus turkey leg there.
I mean, this is the remote. Compare the size here. I mean,
Yeah,
you
it's
can
pretty-
compare my size, the size of my phone next to this thing.
Yeah, it's pretty
That's
big.
ridiculous.
So we're gonna try to get the show done today. While these people just stuff their faces.
Oh my
And
God!
I look at it and try not to eat it. So we'll see how that works out.
That's only because
That'll
one
be
of
the
us
challenge.
needs to talk.
Is that oven or
I
fried?
guess I'll be talking today a lot.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'll be talking a lot.
You want to win?
Great. Yeah, I will in a second when I want to stop talking. That's my cue to stop talking. I'm
All
gonna
right.
wing. Or you give me a wing.
Okay.
I'm like, shut up. Eat this wing.
Break, so eat that shit.
So everybody, welcome back to Real Talk 360. I want to thank you for spending your Thursday night or whatever night it is that you decide to watch us. If you're not watching us live, but for those that are, once again, it's Julio.
Ronnie.
Oh, tag.
Yeah, that's Tag. You know Tag over there. Easily distracted.
You know, I didn't mess with your show when you were on.
Easily distracted. He can't focus. Like if anything is going on, you ever like forget about it. That's a whole nother segment. ADHD.
ADD.
Well,
Did
we'll
you
talk
write a
about
short
that
book?
one. No, ADHD.
I'm not
adult.
hyper. I'm not hyper.
No,
I'm not hyper. I'm not hyper.
Yeah, as he says it in a hyper fashion,
No,
he's not hyper. He's not hyper. So
Who invited you? Eat your wings.
don't mind the eating. We wish we can give you some, but for now you can just watch
Or you can come to Blue Bar and Grill.
and eat the food that
And
we're
it's good.
eating with us.
It's good.
Absolutely.
You see that? Do you see that?
Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm telling you, that's not gonna make it
Chuck, if you're
the
not
entire
gonna
show.
hear them,
So anyway,
Public
tonight
power all over the place.
we have a very special guest. We have a criminal defense attorney. She's actually Tag's criminal defense attorney. No, I'm just kidding. She's not Tag's criminal defense attorney.
He got warrants, y'all.
Yeah, he might have a warrant. I think she's gonna check him out. She's checking him out
This
right
is not
now.
beat up tag show, okay?
Okay, my bad.
This is not happening.
Nah, I didn't ask her to do that. She
This
just
is
did
not
that.
happening.
That was her on her
You
own.
do not co-sign him, and you don't get on me like that.
What you mean? That was the whole point.
We are
I did
equal
that.
up here.
So we equally have a bench warrant? No, it's only you with a warrant. I don't have any. So, yeah. So we got Leticia Estacio, who's going to be with us. She's actually running for Rochester City Court Judge.
You hungry?
Yes.
So that's pretty cool. So we're going to be interviewing her. She's from the city of Rochester and trying to do big things for the city and change politics. as we see it, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I got from her. So we'll be talking to her shortly. And other than that, just welcome back. Last week, what were we talking about last week? Oh, we talked about the Cotto fight, which obviously, I watched the replay. Have you watched the fight at all?
I did not watch the fight.
I watched the replay, and watching the replay was just as exciting as being there.
Really?
Yeah, I was watching the replay, talking junk to the camera and everything, and talking junk to the TV.
Were you doing that for Father's Day?
No, I watched it on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Who won?
Saturday. Oh, Cotto won.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, he won convincingly. But seeing it live
This
and then
really
watching it on
sounds like a
TV, yeah, it was a lot different. But it was still just as exciting. It really was. So you got to watch it. Yeah, you definitely got to check it out. You got the HBO Go?
No, you haven't given me the password. It's been a while.
Okay, hashtag, we don't do illegal stuff, so I don't give them passwords. See that right there's a warrant, and we have a city court judge coming on the air. That's great, bro.
Yeah.
Eat your brontosaurus,
You brought
just, yo, grab the whole thing and just like,
I'll do it at the end of the show.
No, but you know what's funny is I be seeing people at Darien Lake.
Well,
at,
I had a
Cornhill.
turkey one over at Universal Studios.
Well, that is
Wait,
a
I'm
turkey.
hoping that's turkey.
That is a turkey.
No,
No, that's a chicken wing.
No, are those fried over there? I think they were fried.
Yeah,
because
I
they
think
look
they're
different. They're fried over there at Universal. So, I mean, that took me a good hour to eat.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Universal Studios is a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's my
Oh, yeah.
second time over there.
I love it.
Yeah,
Matter of fact,
yeah,
did you see my post of Kevin Hart? How he was on a
Oh,
roller
yeah,
coaster?
yeah, I seen that.
I've been in that roller coaster. It took me like freaking 2 hours to get on that damn thing, but it shoots straight up. It's a fun ride.
No,
Which one was it?
That was
The
hilarious.
rock star one, it's a rockin'.
The one where they play the music?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the rock and roller coaster?
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Mick
yeah.
Jagger one that you have to go through the experience?
Jimmy Fallon,
And you're, like, at the
Jimmy
studio?
Fallon and Kevin Hart were on that
All
thing.
right,
They
I
were
didn't
freaking out.
even recognize it because I remember I got on the first car. Bro, and that thing went from
Yeah,
like
me
0
too.
to 60 in like,
Yeah, I know, like
2
that.
seconds.
Yeah, it was
Quick.
a fun ride.
And then the way it goes around the park, like it's crazy.
Yo, yeah, it's a,
You know what wasn't worth it? And it was still good. I just wouldn't stand there for another 3.5 hours, 4 hours waiting for that ride. Is the Harry Potter one.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
It's a good ride, but to wait 3 to 4 hours,
Can't do it.
3 to 4 hours.
it was crazy that day. And
Oh,
it rained
depends.
and nobody moved. And I mean, I wish they had bathrooms and beer breaks along the way, but they didn't have any of that. I think they had bathrooms, but not beer.
No beer?
No.
Disney has beer.
They had beer, but not in the actual line.
Oh, now on the line, yeah, they should have like.
I mean, you got a big
vendors.
line, and every time you think you're getting there, it's like even further away.
That's why you got to get that.
It's
that
like you
skip-
turn the corner.
You're thinking,
you
oh,
see all
we're
the
almost there, we're
maple
almost there.
lines.
And we're not there. We have like another hour to go.
You got to
So
get
you know
that.
what? I actually got stuck on that Harry Potter ride. Like mid-air, turn to the side. Yeah.
I wish I
How
was
long?
sitting right next to you laughing.
About 5
Oh no,
minutes.
I wish I was just like.
How long?
About 5 minutes.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Yeah, listen, when your body is all twisted and contorted, that's a long time.
Well, you're used to that, right?
No.
Okay, I don't know where that went from. So anyway,
It was
hashtag.
thirsty. No, Smoochie Frog. I thought it was Thirsty Frog or discombobulated frog. Or go on.
Well, I think it's gonna definitely be. I'm glad y'all sitting next to each other. I'm not in the middle of this, so if
You're
anything
never in the
happens
middle.
on the
Usually I'm in the
air,
middle.
at least one of you will have an attorney that can represent.
So here's the thing: when I club him over the head with whatever
Oh,
it is, my friend
rim
over here
shot.
will defend me. That's
Yeah,
what's gonna
so-
happen.
You are not gonna do me like that.
And me, I ain't see nothing. Like I didn't see unless you get it on camera. Just don't do it on camera, girl. Just like go off camera.
All
You
right.
gotta do it. But
Whatever.
it's
I'll give you a
definitely.
cue. If I do like this, that means you turn the
Yeah,
cameras
'cause they're
off.
really paying attention to you right
They
now.
got
Yeah,
it.
even, I don't know what's going on. Chuck, you told me to give you a cue, right, when we're going from segment to segment. So right now we're going to go into the hashtag Facebook segment.
What the heck are you? Oh
They're
my!
doing high-tech
How many
stuff around
Udicci
here.
guys did it take to run a Udicci show?
High-tech stuff.
Just do your job, would you?
I'm gonna
Go.
go get
Yeah.
water.
Go ahead, go get some water.
You're good.
She'll be right back. Your wings might not be here, but you'll have to watch the show later and find out who stole them. It's not me. I'm going to take at least one. So, hashtags. What are we hashtagging? We are hashtagging.
To an amazing Father's Day weekend.
Oh yeah, it was actually pretty good. Yeah,
I had a good Father's Day
hashtag
weekend.
having pretty awesome kids. We did a pretty good job, I think, right? I think for the most
All we
part.
can do is do our
For
best,
the most
man.
part, but definitely it was a great Father's Day weekend. The weather was nice. I actually didn't do much, bro. I cleaned out the garage a little bit. I mowed the lawn. My daughter cooked for
You
me.
guys
We
went
had
on
a
the
nice
boat?
little steak dinner. Then we went on the boat. Came back home and watched the movie and just basically just chilled out, man. But it was really like, to me, it's another day, really, right? It's another day. It's just they put a label on it.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
really,
yeah.
It's really what it is. So, We're going to go hashtag, you know what? I'm going to do a double negative hashtag on RTS.
Ooh.
And on,
wait, what happened?
On the individual. It was some drama
the guy
going on
that,
with RTS.
yeah.
You know, it's unfortunate because the lady was basically kicked off the bus, and everybody's on Facebook. And what I love about Facebook is that everybody always knows the story. Everybody knows exactly what happened off of a 10-second clip. And nobody really knows what happened, but we always are going to side. You know, not for nothing. I come from an impoverished surrounding. I grew up, I grew up in the South Bronx. We always had everything stacked against us. It was always us against the world, basically. And we had to fight and claw to be able to get out of that environment. So I understand the situation, but I'm going to tell you one thing. There's no situation that allows for the individual that's the victim to now also be almost equally as bad, So I think that the RTS driver, without knowing too much about the story and just touching on it briefly, should have never kicked a mom and her 2 kids.
It was raining hard that day, man.
It was raining hard. But at the same time, it doesn't give anyone, not only her, but anybody on the bus, the right to spit, to cuss.
Is that what she was doing?
To be derogatory towards the bus driver. It's almost like people who have this sense of entitlement, where if you do bad to me, then I can cuss you out.
So the mother, obviously, I was thinking the mother had to have done something.
So it was a two-sided thing. Like I said, I'm not going to get all into it because I'm sure there's someone out there that knows a lot more than I do, and they're going to take me to town on Facebook, whatever. It is what it is. The whole point is that if you come at me and all I do is come back at you just as negatively, that doesn't make the situation any better.
Well, I think she's lucky she got kicked off instead of getting uppercutted.
So it was
like
it
that
was
one
a situation.
bus driver.
It was a situation that was unfortunate. It was unfortunate, but I honestly have come to believe that there are good people in this world, and if I'm in a situation where I don't have the money to pay for something, and I say, hey, you know what, like right now, let's say you're really starving, right? You're really starving, and I say, hey, Ronnie, I'm kind of hungry. I just came from playing softball. Haven't eaten since lunch. Can I have a chicken wing, please?
Go for it.
Go for it. Now, if I was to be like, yo, Ronnie, I'm going to take one of your damn chicken wings.
Well, no, just take it without even asking.
How would that happen? Like, the
Well,
contrast.
it depends on our relationship. If
But
I'm
we're cool. And I think you would be like, oh, he tripping.
It depends. It depends. This is not a tampon commercial.
But let me ask you a question.
Depends on the tampon.
Everything is like, it depends.
Depends on adult diapers.
It depends on the relationship.
Depends actually.
They're adult diapers. Are you wearing any right
I don't know. Obviously, I don't know anything about them. I just call them tampons. But the way you two just corrected me, I hope I didn't offend you two.
I'm wearing mine right now because I'm not getting up from this chair for the entire hour. So that's what it is. So if you smell a little urine, it is what it is.
It depends on the relationship.
No, but what I'm saying is this.
This is true.
If a stranger came up to you and said, hey, I'm hungry, can I have one of your chicken wings? And ask nicely. A stranger.
I would give it to him.
Stranger. You probably would give it to him.
Yeah.
I've done it before. People were asking for money.
You asked me for money. Yeah.
But now if somebody demands that, the same person demands it and says, you better give me your chicken wing right now.
Does it appear that they have a weapon on them?
If they might, you don't know.
Well, if they're that bold, I'll probably give it up.
You might, but you'll do it out of fear. Not out of being nice.
Right.
The point that I'm trying to make is I think there's nice people out here that if you ask an individual in a polite way, in a proper way, you might get what you're looking for. So with that said,
I ain't sharing my
hashtag respect, hashtag self-respect.
Hashtag I don't share my food.
Hashtag, that Brontosaurus burger, I'm going to have to fight him for that off
not
camera
getting it.
later. Because, I am. I put my finger on that spot right there.
You have that one piece right there.
There you go.
I'm looking at the mashed potatoes.
I got that piece.
They look pretty good.
The corn looks good, too. The beans, I don't know.
The corns look really good.
So, but hashtag beautiful weather that we're having, even though we had a rainstorm.
Why would you touch that?
Because I wanted to make sure that I got that piece.
No, why would you touch that with your finger? I don't know where your finger been.
Exactly. That's my point. So now you're not going to eat that piece. I will. I know where my finger's been, so we're good.
A knife for the fork. I'm cutting
we're
that
good.
piece right off.
We're right here. I got you right here.
I'm cutting that off.
I got you.
But you better go play.
Yo, can we finish? I already played. Can we finish?
You already played?
Yes, I already played. Remember when I texted you, it said 6 o'clock.
Oh, you know what's funny? I just got the text and I was sitting over here.
Wow. All right, so can you please, can you help me out with the hashtag?
Tomorrow night.
Can you please help me with the hashtag?
Hashtag, leave me the hell alone.
Yeah, hashtag, this dude is lazy even when he's doing nothing.
Hashtag, this chicken is good. Blue Bar and Grill.
Hashtag, that chicken does look good. At least leave me one wing, please.
Hashtag, got suck them bones dry, girl. Do a Southern style.
Oh, yeah, you don't leave. No, if she wouldn't leave meat on that bone, we'll be having a hashtag argument.
See, the thing is, I'm trying to be like really ladylike and delicate with this chicken right
yeah,
now.
but don't eat it the way you would normally eat if nobody was around.
Nah.
Like if nobody was watching, if nobody was around, how would you be?
Not on camera, man. There wouldn't be any gristle on here. Like, it would just be terrible.
That's it. I'll
It'd
take
be
that.
clean.
I'll just put the, and just, that's it, bone
Yeah.
gone.
See, I asked for an extra crispy, so I don't think that's actually possible without cutting a part of my mouth.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
That would be awkward. That would be awkward. So hashtag tag.
You're looking real shady over there.
Hashtag tag really thinking about that brontosaurus leg. And let's move on from that hashtag. What's going on Facebook, Tag? Can you tell me?
Hashtag thanks, Jared, for the food.
Yes, absolutely.
No, don't say thank you. He didn't give you nothing. He gave it to me.
He gave me this.
Stop
piece
touching
and
my
that
damn
piece.
phone!
He gave me both of those pieces.
Leave it alone.
Give me both of those pieces. So,
Stop.
I'm going to ask you real friendly. May I have some of your mashed potatoes?
Yes.
all right.
Okay.
See?
There's no way hell I can eat all that.
All right, so
But see, you asked nice, you didn't put your finger in there.
See, you got to ask nicely.
that's all you got to do?
That's all you got to do.
Wow. It's because you're a woman. He's trying to be nice.
Whatever.
He's never nice
actually,
to me.
He's
never
actually
nice to
trying
her.
to be, you know, the
I know
nice
this-
guy in disguise.
Yeah, whatever.
That's what he does until later
Until-
on.
and you
so
find
we're gonna
out
be talking
he's a
about
jerk.
that. Yeah, you find out he's a jerk.
Stay tuned.
Trust me, stay tuned for that one.
Whatever.
But yeah, anyway, Maribel, Esther, Eversha, Claudia, all the girls are out chilling, eating somewhere, because that's what they do. They eat and they drink. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I was
but
say, is there a
that's what they're
problem?
doing. No, there's nothing wrong with that. My BX peoples are out to dinner somewhere, the New York Hilton. 25-year awards for Monty. I guess that's where they work. But Gigi, Ralphie from the block, BX, stand up, 160 Melrose Avenue. What else we have? Oh man, this is hilarious. Ramon Bonitillo, you know El Bonitillo? Look at this throwback picture. Look at that throwback picture there.
That's not really him. There's someone put that. They
No, that's
photoshopped
him. No, that's
Oh,
him.
that's bad.
No, that's him.
That's bad.
That's him. Yeah.
What we did that was have some
That's
serious
him.
beef going on.
For those that don't have him on Facebook,
Put him on blast. Put him on blast.
Is that good right there where I'm at? Yep. Look at that right there. That's a young Bonitillo. So yeah, that's kind of funny. Wow. Papito just wants to smoke weed and travel the world. Just do you, brother.
Which Papito?
Do you? Papito, Papito, bodybuilder Papito.
Oh, okay.
He looks like Incredible Hulk.
He's a bodybuilder and he likes
see.
to smoke weed and travel the world?
I guess, yeah. He looks like Incredible Hulk. But that's my boy from back in the day. But I mean, this dude is, he used to be a big boy back in the day. If this ever loads up, you'll be able to see.
You don't have
it.
your Wi-Fi on.
I don't have the Wi-Fi on.
Ah.
It's a very good observation.
Oh,
But
wow.
that's, yeah. So he wants to,
Yeesh.
so yeah. So you want to travel the world? Smoke weed and travel the world? So anyway, that's basically it with the Facebook. He's still tearing them wings up.
What the hell is
Chuck is over there playing with the camera. Let me see. So,
okay. Party's over.
Hey!
I'm putting a restraining order on you, man.
I was going to say,
Hey.
not the beer.
So, yeah, just
Have some fun with this, really.
just give me. So we're gonna broadcast the show from here and from there. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna just
There's
put
a
it
force
right
field here
there.
now. Do not come through it.
Can you see us right there?
Yeah, you need
He's
to
up.
tilt it back just a little bit.
Just tilt it back just a
Yeah,
little
because
bit.
I'm more important.
All right, there we go.
Am I? in it?
Tag's not in it, right?
Not in there.
Tag's not. That's perfect. So now we're gonna get two shows. We're gonna get that show, and then we'll get this show. So, but definitely everybody's out on Facebook that's not
I
watching
went
us
if you
right
spill
now.
a drop of sauce in your shirt.
You should be checking us out. Tag, you gonna help me out tonight at all? Like, you might as well just go take a nap or something.
Listen,
bro.
when I talk too much, I talk too much.
No, you talk too much when people are being interviewed and you're not being interviewed.
No, but I ask good questions.
But I want you to talk now because nobody's being interviewed.
I can't even see the stuff right now.
You don't have to see the stuff. We were doing
But the
Facebook
hashtag stuff is
hashtags.
too long. I was looking at my Facebook thing, and nothing's really
Oh,
fun out there to be
Jesus,
talking about.
this
I'm
guy.
waiting till the sports
Should
section
we have
come
an
up.
intervention with you today?
I'm waiting for the sports
You okay?
section to come up. I'm waiting for the sports section to come up. I like
All right,
the
just
sports
wanna make
section.
sure.
I don't need an
Just wanna make
intervention now.
sure.
If you would have dropped my beer, forget an intervention.
You see what?
I think that's why we need the intervention.
Yeah, I think that's why we need the intervention. He's upset about the brontosaurus leg.
I'm not upset with that. I'm upset that you touched it.
Yeah, I did. I touched it in 2 pieces. So I get those 2 pieces. Can I see, well, the opinions from the team is only what we're going to talk about, courtesy of
Opinions from what team?
smoochingfrogs.com. and Miss Veronica Dasher.
What opinions
Oh,
do you
so
have?
this is the part where I put my chicken down?
Here's the part where you put your chicken down. Here's the part where
You pick it up?
I'm gonna pick up
Alright,
this
go for
piece
it.
right there. You see that right there?
You quit after how many pieces?
Well,
7, 6, 7.
I'm only quitting because I have to.
Damn, that is some good chicken.
There's some good chicken.
That's some good chicken.
It'll
I'll
make
be
you
having
eat it on
turkey.
air.
I'll be having turkey minus that one section.
Well,
All right, so, you know, I thought about this a little bit. There's an article that we have up, Mr. Nice Guy, ain't always so nice. And what
You guys are writing about me again?
No, not exactly. What I thought about when after I presented Julio with the article was, you two are pretty straightforward. Like, there's not from what I've gathered from being on the show, there's not too much of you guys. There's not too much guessing with you two.
you know why though?
We speak our mind.
I'm gonna tell you why that is while I chew on this chicken wing. Hopefully I don't choke on there. If I do, you know how to do the Heimlich?
Notice how he
I
didn't
dropped
ask
out of
me.
CPR.
CPR?
I
You
dropped out.
Well, you can still try. I'd rather you than him.
Dang, that's your
yeah.
head tonight, man.
I'll be handing him a piece of paper. Look, sign over your account to me real quick.
Well, anyway, you know why though? I think that's because that comes with age.
Yeah.
You know, I think if you'd asked me that question when I was in my mid-20s, yeah, it'd have been a different answer.
It would have been a
quite
different answer.
possibly. Quite possibly. I think once you get to a point where you're like, you know what, I'm tired of playing games. It's just
I'm tired of it.
No, you know, so that's I think why we're so.
My
straightforward.
last few
With
girls that
everything.
I talked to, their opinion of me is that I give up too easily. And it's not that. I've given my chances. I just don't have time for. I work hard on this, my smile. And if I'm not smiling, then
You need to work a
there's
little bit
problem.
harder.
No, I'm good with my smile. I'm just not going to let nobody take it away.
Oh, I was just talking about the technical beauty of the smile.
Oh, I got an awesome smile.
I'm like, it's just like
I got an awesome smile. I got $1 million smile. Why you?
So-
Was that a joke?
I think.
Are you trying to be funny?
Hashtag I was trying to be a comedian. Apparently not, but she laughed. She choked. That's how funny it was.
See, I was trying to put my input in, but that's what happens. You hit me.
My bad.
You know,
Sorry.
you hit me with so many
Well, you know
laughs.
why though? Once again, it's her segment, and here you are taking over it with your smile.
But you got.
You see how I started to go? You see how I started to go?
Come on.
I was only kidding. I was only
My
kidding.
smile away.
Bring it
Another,
in.
fine. I'm fine.
Another quaalude. You let me in the
I'm
morning.
fine. I'm fine.
Okay, he's fine.
I'm fine.
All right.
I think he's really upset about the fact that I touched the chicken. I mean,
I
the,
think
It's not
so.
chicken, it's
the
turkey.
turkey.
I think he's mad about the turkey too. You had to cut that
I mean,
piece
look
off.
at that.
It's the other white meat.
Look at that.
The other.
Hold on, we got a food pack over.
Look at that. Look at that right there. Oh my God. Who wouldn't want to touch that?
Stop showing off my food.
Well, that's my piece, right?
Stop touching it!
Yeah, that's my piece.
Oh my God. I need a straw. I'm gonna hit you with spitballs the whole damn show now.
What? I just wanted to make sure I claimed my spot. Christopher Columbus landed on Plymouth Rock and claimed this spot. I think it was Christopher Columbus.
You already said I
don't know
could
who it
have
was.
some of your potatoes.
Yeah, so go ahead, have some of his potatoes. But go ahead, carry on or continue on with your
Yeah,
what
continue
you were talking
on.
about, Mr. Nice Guy.
With your.
I read the
They're
blog.
good, too.
I read the blog. So that was pretty cool.
I watched the movie.
Yeah, he watches the movies.
You watched the movie. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this question: if
Yeah.
one of your friends came to
Why'd
you
you
and she
talk
said
about
that she started dating a guy and he seemed really, really nice, and that was really all she had to say, he's just so nice, he's like a Prince Charming, what would you tell him?
Like, give it some time.
Yes. Everything's the honeymoon phase in the beginning. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not even talking. You guys say me all the time with shit.
Ask-
No. Are you asking me?
I'm asking you.
He already answered for us.
No, I didn't.
I agree with you.
Tag, I want to agree. I want to ask you your opinion.
It's a honeymoon phase. Everything's good in the beginning. Everything. I'm sorry, everything's good. But when the honeymoon phase ends too quickly and they're having all these expectations and they want to argue over little stupid things, I look at them like, we're still in the honeymoon phase and you're fighting me right now. You're arguing and bickering about little things that don't even matter right now, that are not that important. You're really willing to risk a relationship over something small?
So let's talk about just the initial. She comes to you. They just started talking. They barely touched the honeymoon phase.
No, I tell them, give it time. Just like you said, there's nothing more. I mean, KISS, Julio says it best. Keep it simple, stupid. There's no reason, no big explanation that you should give other than give it time. Give it time.
Very true. And so in the article I talk about, I was talking to this guy, and I thought he was just the nicest thing in the world. And what my mom said to me was, it's probably an act. And then she walked away. I'm like, damn.
You know what I think all guys should do what I do? Be an asshole up front. Be an asshole up front. Complete jerk. Well, just be yourself. I'm not saying do things on purpose and just look like a complete jerk.
Are you saying you're an asshole?
I'm just saying that I don't even really care. I'm myself.
No, I wouldn't say yes.
I'm myself. I'm not an asshole like that. I'm not a jerk. I'm just saying that, I'm just myself. I don't go over bounds to try to impress a girl. You're gonna like me for who I am, and that's it. And me, I'm probably not that nice guy, term guy. I'm just gonna be me. So take me for who I am, because I don't want no surprises. I would rather have a girl be upfront and I want to see everything up front from the beginning. Because if I'm down the road a year later and you start switching up, or a few months down the road, I'm like, who the hell are you?
So if you had a chick for I'm gonna get you sucker, and she's got like one leg and
flipping off
no
legs.
hair, and,
yeah, that's a problem.
eye color change.
I want to know everything up front. Tell me everything up front. Tell me. That's why I drink with a girl. When I first go out on a date, you want another one? Because they open up. They open up to let the true colors out, and I know how they hang out. I know they start talking the truth. I'm sitting there like, cool. And alcohol just opens you up and makes you more free and comfortable with yourself.
It's very true, which is why I don't drink that much.
No, because that's why no one ever really get to know you until the third month later. I'm like, who the hell are you? What you talking about, Willis?
2 drink maximum.
Whatever.
2 drink maximum.
That better be some Long Islands.
Nah.
Like
no.
a triple Long Island.
Let me ask you, why do you think guys do that?
What do you think guys
Do what?
thought of being nice, or
They put on the Mr. Nice Guy. And I'm not
I think-
talking about just being nice. I mean like over the top.
over the top?
trying to impress.
I think it comes down to that. I think it's just trying to impress, and I think they haven't evolved. I think they're still trapped in that little kid mentality, where they're kind of thinking, "Oh, this is what I have to do to whatever the purpose is." I can't speak for every guy, but it depends on what the purpose is.
I think part of it too is that women have this idea that men are supposed to be Prince Charming. They're supposed
They need to let
they're
that
supposed
go.
to be, So for some guys, they can pick up more women that way.
I mean, if that's what they're looking for, good. More power to you. But that travel, that long road of a travel, good luck with that. I mean, you're talking about a needle in a haystack. It really is. If you're looking for a guy like that, a well-mannered, freaking career guy that's doing this and wants, you're good luck with that. I mean, they're out there, but just, now you have your expectations so high.
I don't think career guy is like.
Well, whatever. I
necessarily
mean, you're
a high
looking for this
expectation.
perfect 10, okay? You're looking for this perfect freaking 10, whatever he is in your mind. I mean, you need to bring your expectations down a little bit and meet somebody in between.
So when you say bring it down a little bit, do you mean like an 8.5? Do you mean like a 6?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. A 7 to 8.
Strong 7?
He's an 8, right?
I'm a strong
He's an
6.
8. Oh, strong 6.
I gave you an 8.
I thought she gave you
Yeah,
an 8.
but that's because you call me to Pittsburgh. We're not talking about that. I don't like you guys.
So,
that's why I drink, because I don't want to,
yeah, but you know what though, and I think
I
just
drink because I'm happy.
I've been drinking.
I drink because I'm free. Okay, we leave you alone.
alrighty. So,
You put on those wings, man.
so
High off of life. I don't need to drink.
yeah, true. Oh, well, that's vodka straight. You cousin.
Wow.
She thought about it for a second too. Like, wait a minute. Just saying.
Hashtag I can't hang with her.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But
It's water. It's water.
It's water. It looks like water.
We'll go with
just
that.
go with that.
Yeah.
We'll go with that. That's why she's been sipping it very slowly.
That water's been there for like an hour.
So let's get back to the conversation. So we were talking about, I was having a conversation with somebody. I forgot who it was, but this person was just like, yeah, it's like women nowadays, they want a guy that can dance, a guy that's funny, a guy that's got a nice body, a guy that's got a great job, and a guy that drives a nice car. I was like, what the hell? Like, at what point? Is that the case? Is that
You know
the
what I
truth?
say? Don't expect anything from a guy that you don't have yourself. That's what I think.
Hashtag hallelujah.
And the
makes
thing
sense.
is that if he can bring things that can enhance and complement, like maybe he doesn't have, a bachelor's or a master's degree, but he works every day, he has a decent job, and
With
he
a
brings
GED?
other things to the table.
With a GED?
He has to be doing well for himself.
Bring those standards down, girl. Meet him in between. He's a hard worker.
He's got to be doing well for
He
himself.
works at his
with a
best since he
GED.
gets $25 an hour. He's doing good.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
He's doing good
The
with
guy's
his
going to
GED.
die in 3 months from asbestos, and you're good with that.
Well, as long as we can get married and there's a life insurance policy in
Wow.
place within
Okay.
that time frame,
You see, the truth is coming out.
it's water.
Yeah, okay.
Don't Don't worry about what's in my cup.
He's guzzling.
You know-
by the end of the show, she's gonna be like, you know what? I don't give a damn.
You know what I'm looking for though?
Women are about security, though.
No,
we
but
are.
I don't care
I
what a
think
woman
men are
is.
about security too.
I could meet a girl which in any level, it doesn't matter. But what I'm looking for is a woman that's willing to be number 5.
Number 5?
Number 5.
Oh, okay. So it's one.
I got
one,
rules.
2, 3, 4, 5.
She's number 5. She's got to be okay with being number 5.
Number 5 behind what?
It's called the 5 rules of love. This is me.
You know, this might be a whole other segment right here. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hashtag 5 rules of love.
I think I like where this is going.
This has always been my rules.
All right.
5 rules of love.
All right, let's do it.
Number 1, you got to love God first.
All right.
God is number 1.
All right.
You don't love God first, something's wrong with you. And I don't care what religion you're in, just love God first.
Okay.
Number 2 is love yourself, because you don't love yourself, you can't love no one else.
All right.
Number 3 is love your children, because if you can love yourself, you can put your children before you. Number 4 is your family, your friends. And number 5 is your other. Rip shot!
Nailed it.
Woo!
Check
No,
out-
give me a high five.
I want to shake your hand.
You put your spouse behind your friends.
She's old. Well, when I say friends, though, let me clarify something. I don't call everyone my friend. I call people. If I call you my friend, I practically call you my family.
Family, yeah.
And other than that, you're my homie, you're my acquaintance. Okay. For me to call you my friend, you spent 15, 20, 30 years of my life, and you're a friend, and I consider friends like my brothers and my sisters. So
And the reality of it is when the chick leaves you, who do you have?
yeah,
Friends.
Your friends.
Yeah.
That's
It's not
the
the
shoulder you
chick.
gotta
If the
cry
chick
on.
leaves
Absolutely.
you, that's all you have to, so it's kind of like, and that's one thing with me, I've always been like that too, and that's probably the reason why I'm single, is because of the fact that, but I'm happily single, might I add, because of the fact that, yeah, it's I can't, you know what, I mean, if anybody I was ever going to put on a pedestal to be God, there's nobody on this earth that I'm going to put on a pedestal. I can't do that, And
Can I get a hashtag
that's-
shout out for my 5 rules of love?
I like that hashtag.
My
I
five
like
rules
that.
of
I
love.
like the 5 rules of
Hashtag
love.
5 rules of love. You got that.
So that's pretty cool. That's the reason why we're both single.
Yeah.
No one want no.
All 3 of us are single.
Listen,
Oh, all 3 of us
let me
are
tell you
single,
something.
so we're good.
I did that in front of
But
someone.
mind you, I'd rather be happily single than
Then-
unhappily married or in a relationship.
No.
Amen.
I did this in front of a couple one time. I said this, and the girl was like, I'm gonna be first. And he was like, my kids come first. It's our kids, but my kids come before you. And they were going back and forth, and I'm like, look at these idiots. Like really? Like she wanted to be put before her kids in his life.
That's a problem.
Well, some women are like that. Some women are like that. Some women want to, like, they walk and you gotta kiss the feet, and no, I mean that's to each his
pretty
own.
ridiculous.
To each his own. But at the end of the day, I like those 5 rules. I think those are pretty logical, pretty good. Look at Tag.
No.
Look at
De mí,
that's
a tú con todo amor.
that's copywritten, trademarked.
Hashtag. That's all mine.
Yeah.
It's tagged.
Got
so.
that.
It's recorded.
So,
don't freaking screw up the recording thing, guys. Mike's not here. This better be recording. This is the only way I'm gonna copyright all this.
So let's make sure we
It's only
move along.
natural the first time
You heard,
around.
Ty? Because we have a guest patiently waiting.
I'm
Tell us more about this Mr. Nice. So what happened? You met him.
food here.
Your mom said, "Yeah, give it some time," and then what
It's a
happened?
snack.
Was Mama right?
Oh yeah,
Mama
I
Dash
ended up
alright?
I ended up being in a constant rotation of text messages where you could tell they were like canned responses with other girls. So it's just like, "Good morning, how are you doing, Veronica?" And you could tell he was probably doing it for like it was the same thing every day.
Did you ever get like the multi message where like if somebody responds, you get the text as well?
No,
because
no.
that would have been
The group one?
awkward.
The group one?
Yeah, the group one.
Nah, no group
No, trust me.
messages.
There's been times I've been, kind of similar to allegedly a situation like what you were just talking about.
Allegedly.
And I have to double check.
Allegedly?
I'll double check. Like, wait a minute. I'm saying allegedly because I mean theoretically speaking,
Can you spell that?
hypothetically speaking. I
You know,
but I'm not gonna go there right now.
When they
We don't
start
got that kind of
using the
time.
big words, they're guilty.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Damn, the big words
And
mean.
it's not-
As she swerves over my side after my 5 rules of love.
Wow, that's all. Wow.
It's successful.
Well, did you hear my
Theoretically,
7?
hypothetically?
Did you hear my?
supposedly?
Did you hear my 7 rules of romance?
Oh!
7 rules of romance coming right up.
This is a
commercial
PG
break.
show.
After the commercial break.
PG-13.
Yeah. So what happened? So what happened? Tell us more. Enlighten us.
Please say
Cut him
something.
off.
Cut them off.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, how did you cut him off? Did you just stop texting him back?
Yeah,
Or
pretty much.
did you just text him and say, hey, you know what, I'm not...
Well, I first messaged him and I said, hey, you know, I don't really think you're that into me. I'm just going to be honest with you. I
Why,
put it
because he
out
said
there.
good morning to you?
No, it was weird. Like, it was just very...
No, I just think, honestly, I'm going to tell you, I just think you have these certain expectations that are too high. You're too finicky.
Well, no, it's not.
You are very, very finicky.
It's not that at all.
I mean, you're feline finicky.
Okay.
Oh.
So before we even
So
get
you're going to
there...
move back to this side?
I'm just going to tell you what it is.
Hold
I'm going to
on.
tell you.
Why do you think I'm finicky?
No, you just have certain, high standards where
Right, let me
you got to
show
have.
you
I mean,
this.
listen, to each his own. You said it. You want to see a man put his work in. I don't have time for all that. Me personally, I just like, listen, this is what it is right here. I'm gonna tell you what I don't like, what I don't do, what I am, and how I'm not.
So here's the thing. First of all, in God we trust, everybody else bring proof. So that, for me, that means that in order for me to know who you are and really understand, I need to see it. That's the bottom line.
But how long
you
do
can tell
how
me
long do you
anything.
drag them through all this stuff before you say, yeah, we're a couple. We're gonna go forward with
Not
this?
very long, maybe a month or two.
That's like being in solitary
something
confinement for a
kind
month, right? I bet. That's some torturous crap right there.
Well, part of it is I'm not giving all of the details.
Crazy.
No, I bet you're not, because I'm
But-
sure there's a lot that comes with that. It's a lot of baggage.
Not from my
Not
end.
for, well, a lot of baggage they have to probably check at the door and bring with them.
I try to be respectful of that because I don't want to put anyone on blast. But
You see?
the
What are you
person,
guys doing over there?
it was just,
They're playing Gallagher.
No, yeah.
it was just very, it was obvious that he was kind of playing games. And, when I would suggest, hey, why don't we go out and do something, he'd be like, patience. What the hell does that mean? Who are
Wait,
you
he said
talking
patience to you?
He said he actually said patience grasshopper, is what he said.
Wow.
Just like go out like some.
Yeah, let's just hang out.
Wow.
Oh yeah, he had a. That's a cutoff right
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, I
there.
don't blame you.
You get
I
rejected
tried,
on my phone for that.
I tried not to get into all that detail, but when
Well, no, but this is what it's all
It
about.
was,
Real
it was
talk.
it was very honest. So
No, that's-
I told him, I'm like, I don't really think you're into me. He's like, why do you think that? And I said, I gave him my reasons. And then I said, to be honest with you, I didn't really appreciate that comment.
Maybe because he thought you were just too much damn work, like the way I think.
I don't know why you think I'm too much
but
work.
But at that point, though,
Here's the
It's
thing.
a lot of work.
I
It's just a lot of damn back-breaking work.
how do you figure?
I don't know. You just come across as this person that makes. You ever see those little dog shows when they make them run through obstacles and make them go over hoops and backwards and it's under the fastest time? I feel like that's how you put the guys through sometimes. Like I can see that. Like you're a dog trainer.
I'm not like that at all.
I don't know, man.
At all.
wow. That's gonna be a whole nother show. We're gonna
That
have to save that one for a whole other
That
show.
You know what?
I
That's a 2
don't
weeks
know.
tag.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a 2
gonna have to
weeks.
be in 2 weeks. We're gonna have to have a
That's in
whole
2
show
weeks?
dedicated to
Oh,
that.
yeah.
We
We'll talk about it.
might have them going to date live on the air.
Can
or
we do
something.
like the Fanny Feud
So-
did it just like hit the buzzer and stuff? You come up with some questions. You hit the buzzer. Do we
Yeah.
have buzzers? Can we get
I'm
buzzers?
sure you can get buzzers. I got some at work. We can do it.
Chuck's like,
Yeah,
not the
that's
budget
suits.
yet.
That's all to the suits. But yeah. So basically, the moral of the story, what I'm thinking is as a man or as a woman, you should probably set your expectations and get everything out in the open early on, so that if you get that text message where you're feeling some type of way, then you know why you're feeling that type of ways because he already
you
told
wouldn't-
you from the
someone
beginning.
get cut off
You know,
with
which is
something
something
like
that I
that.
struggle with personally because I am very open and honest, and sometimes that hurts me because people, I don't know, sometimes they think it's something different than what I said it was.
Someone
gonna
tells
be.
me to slow down after just like, let's hang
So-
out. They get cut off.
Yeah, so that, yeah,
So,
something like that,
so
yeah.
it's not that I'm high maintenance, it's that I'm actually realistic and
No,
practical.
I hear you on that.
Well, no, I think he's
But
partly
it's part
right,
of your-
though.
It's part of your reason,
I
though.
think he's partly right, just partially, but like I said, we're gonna have a whole nother show on that one.
I just think that
You
he
know,
probably
another
comes from
show.
feelings and he's like,
So-
he was trying to let you down easily. He really wanted to say, girl, I can't do this. I sweat at the gym. I don't need to sweat in this relationship.
Wow. Once
It
again,
wasn't even a relationship.
I just love how
Once
she's looking at
again.
me like, dude, I will cut you right
once
now.
again,
I will cut you right now. I am not like that.
I want to make sure we get Leticia up here because she's been sitting here for the last 40 minutes. So I know I think she just stepped upstairs.
She'll be back.
As soon as she
She'll be
comes
back
back down, we're gonna get her on the air.
Can we take this,
and what
these
we're gonna
bag
do
of
is-
bones, this
sure-
cemetery of bones?
We certainly can, but I want to try your corn. So.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring up a chair. Why is it that I can't see the outline that I put under all these?
Because Mike's not here.
Is this Cajun?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Mike's not here.
Yeah, it's like it hasn't been coming up. I mean, I've been getting the title, the header, but I don't get anything under.
We usually got like a bunch of stuff going on.
Yeah, we got a listing of everything. But
I don't know
as
if you
you
saw
do
that, but I was able to balance the corn without dropping.
Who the
the
hell
corn.
is Ulysses D. Constantine?
Let me grab a chair.
That's our. He's our spokesperson.
He's our spokesperson? This person really exists?
He's a stick figure.
He's the stick figure.
Oh, you know what?
You have no idea.
This is why I drink when I come to the show.
Tag has no idea. You think you may know?
This is why I
You
drink.
have no idea.
No
Yes,
idea.
you think you know about me, but you have no idea.
Tag, can you move over a little bit?
Smoochie and
Ronnie,
Frog,
can you
who
move
is
a little
talking
bit?
to you?
I was talking to you.
Are you just going to restart?
Do I gotta move here?
Yes, that's actually what he
That's
asked.
no problem. I can do it. Make sure
Chuck, I'm gonna have her come
I'm in
on.
the focus here because
So I'm gonna have her come on. So I don't know if you want to focus that or.
they just kicked me off way off camera angle here.
So, with no further ado, a little bit behind schedule, we have our special guest. As soon as Tim says go ahead, we do have our special guest, even though I think both of you are special as well. But we have our special guest. Oh, what I meant by special wasn't that kind of special. I meant like
A short bus special.
yeah, short bus special, hard hat, helmet
That's what
special.
he called you? Short bus special?
Andito?
That's what they called you.
That's bad.
That's what he called me?
Yeah, something like that. So we have with us, she's currently a criminal defense attorney representing Tag on 8 or 9 of his current cases. But she's not here for that. That's going to be a private matter. Tag's going to pay a lot of money for it.
I just hope that
After
she takes
the show.
payments.
So yeah,
EBT?
we'll work it out. We'll work it
Take
out.
some payments.
But
That's all I need. Is take payments.
currently, she is running for Rochester City Court judge, and we want to welcome her.
Can you still
to the
represent
show.
as a lawyer when you're a
Why don't
judge?
you ask her when she's up here?
Damn. I don't want you to be a judge then.
Leticia
maybe I do.
Estacio. So if you want to come up, come on. Welcome to the
You
show.
might want her to be a judge, actually.
Welcome to the show.
I'm like,
It'll be city
it's
court.
me. Remember me? I was on the show.
You on the show?
So,
Me.
so we make sure we have right there. That's her. That's her. Look, see? That's her.
He said bring it up closer.
A minute closer. There you go. All right. So, Leticia, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I call you Leticia. So, what's your nationality, first of all?
My dad is Puerto Rican, my mom is black.
Okay.
Oh, that's what's up.
So I'm like, Leticia Estacio. I'm like, yeah. So, Javi Boricua.
This your family?
Yeah.
You have a beautiful family.
Thank
See,
you, thank you.
Baby girl over here. Seen the son. So, who is Leticia Estacio? Who is she?
Yeah, please, because not for nothing. I think I remember seeing you here that one thing, but this is the bad thing, and this is crazy. We need to know about these people that are in the community and I know everyone. And for me not to know who you are, that's a problem. So who are you?
Well, I'm a criminal defense attorney, so most people are usually happy when they don't know who I am.
That's a good thing then. So
Prior to that, I was a prosecutor.
I could have been hooking you with referrals and stuff.
there could be some people right now watching. If you got a case coming up,
Call me, I'll hook you up.
Hashtag Estacio for city court. Or
Exactly.
actually for that, hashtag Estacio law.
yes, exactly. So
I'm on Facebook all over the place. Right
There you
now, I've
go.
got my practice and I'm running. I've lived in this city for my entire life.
Okay.
I was born and raised off of Lyle Avenue on Sherman Street.
Sherman, I know Sherman.
Yeah.
UB?
Yeah, I did go to UB. I went to MCC as well.
Oh.
So all
I can
right.
give you a little backdrop about me. You mentioned my daughter who's here. I actually got pregnant with my daughter when I was in 11th grade.
Okay.
I was 16 years old at the time, and she changed my life quite a bit. I finished high school early. I went to MCC, like I said, and I got an associate's degree in 1 year instead of 2 because I was focused and I wanted to hurry up and get out of school so that I could take care of her.
Let me stop you
That's
there.
what's up.
You have an associate's degree in liberal arts. Did you not know what you wanted at that time?
I knew that I probably was going to go to law school, but I
Okay.
thought it'd be stupid to be pre-law because if I decided not to go to law school, then what can I do with a pre-law major? Versus an
Okay.
associate's in liberal arts, you can do teaching, you can do other things.
Okay.
So after I went, and I was also just trying to get out as quickly as possible.
Oh.
Yeah, so
You get out fast with the blurs.
yeah, I could take credits in basically whatever I wanted to. So I wanted to hurry up and get out.
Okay.
And I got the degree in a year. Then I went to UB and got my bachelor's. Then I got my master's in social work and my JD in law. So I got 4 degrees in 7 years.
It's true though. Not many kids. I have 4 kids. My daughter's about to graduate. My oldest. my daughter doesn't know what she wants to do. Like, career-wise, she's like, I'm going to be a medical secretary. I'm like, is that a career, though? I'm like, do you not want to open up, do you want to do hair? Open up a salon, be a boss, do something. And I'm like, I think it's smart in a sense where, see, I knew what I wanted to do when I was young, was music, was involved in music. You know, I haven't gotten there, but most of these kids don't know what they want to do by the time they're in high school. And I'm thinking, if you don't know what you want to do in high school, at least go to college and do liberal arts. Because then from there, you can...
Well, and that's the nice thing. You can take credits in a variety of fields to help you decide what you want to do.
Because you're transitioning. At that age, you're transitioning. I know for yourself and a lot of us, you know, when we have children young, you kind of transition a little bit faster from teenage years to adulthood because now you're kind of forced to become an adult.
Right.
But at that age, regardless of the fact, you're still trying to find yourself in the world. You're trying to figure out what you want. So I told my daughter, you know, my daughter, all I ever told her was be happy. I don't care what it is you do, be happy doing it. If all you wanted to do was be a dishwasher, I mean, obviously I don't want that for you, but if that's all you want to do, make sure you're happy. Yeah, make sure you be the best at what you do because nowadays we put so much. But to say what you know, to have a child in 11th grade, to finish high school early, to then go to MCC, finish that early, to get your law degree, first of all, I congratulate you.
Oh,
there's so many people that would
just, they would have given up.
They would have been like, well, you know what? I had a child early, I had to go on welfare, I had to do this, I had to do that. Not to say there's anything wrong with that, but to not aspire and not push yourself and just deal with the circumstances, that takes a lot. It's not easy work, you know?
To me, my daughter was exactly the opposite. She wasn't an excuse for failure. She was a reason that I couldn't fail. She was a reason that I couldn't go drop out and be on welfare and never do anything because she deserved more.
Exactly.
And I wanted to make life better for her. Yeah.
And obviously you did. To be able to do all that in 7 years, I mean, I think the average person, I mean, going to college and going to everything takes a lot longer than that.
How many sleepless nights did you have studying for exams?
You know,
How many 7 years to do what you did
I'm
in
not
7
a studier,
years?
to be honest with you. I was just gifted with being able to retain information
So
really well.
as long as you're in class,
does. She say something
you
one
listen,
time.
you pay attention, and you retain it.
I take notes.
Okay.
And then I'm usually good. The bar exam was a struggle for me because I realized that I didn't know how to study. I did.
Ooh.
But I realized that I didn't know how to study when I was trying to study for the bar exam.
I'm not a good studier. My aunt used to say, she goes, I don't know how you pass it. I was bad in school. I wasn't bad because I was educationally bad. I was bad because I was bad. I didn't want to go to school. I lost my focus. I could have done so much with sports and everything, but one thing I was good at was like you. I can go in class and I already knew the math and all this. I knew it because I paid attention and I was able to take the exams and not pass with high scores because if I would have fully applied myself, I would have. But just even with that, I was able to pass school.
Yeah.
But I dropped out like an idiot. But it wasn't because I was stupid. It was because I did stupid things.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
not everybody has that gift to just or that ability to be like and that's the truth. Just pay attention in class. Pay attention, absorb what they're telling you. That's what the teachers get paid for. You studying is just, you shouldn't have to study that much if you're doing what you got to do in class.
Yeah.
So what was the I mean, when did you decide you wanted to become an attorney? Like, when was that moment that you said, okay, this is what I want to do? Because that's a very specialized field.
I always knew that I wanted to be a lawyer, but I never had the thought process that I could do it necessarily.
Okay.
I would always say to people, I didn't know any lawyers until I was in law school. You know, my dad is a Brown Street boy. My mom has a GED. My parents are not, I mean, they're wonderful people, but they're not people who have gone to college and have done those things.
Like most of us.
Right. Yeah. So when they said go to college, that's what they wanted me to do. And I say, okay, how do I fill out a FAFSA? I don't know. Figure it out. You're smart. You know, like they didn't know. Right. They didn't know how to guide me through that process. And I decided, I mean, I wanted to go. When I finished my bachelor's degree, I knew that I was interested in law school, and I believe in science. I believe in, you know, fate. I applied to UB. I didn't apply to any other schools.
Okay.
So I said, if I'm meant to go, then I'll get in. And I did. So, yeah.
Why criminal law?
Oh, I've always been interested in criminal law.
That sounds
Did she not just say she grew up on Lyle and Sherman?
I'm just saying though. If I would be an attorney, I would be like an entertainment lawyer.
Well, that's because you love music, but I'm pretty
find
sure
something fun.
Do you think your surroundings had something to do with that?
Oh, absolutely. I've seen people that I love get arrested And seen people, I just saw a little cousin of mine, to be honest, earlier this week get 2 to 6. I've seen people that I love, and not to bash police, but have their rights violated by police. I've seen them be disrespected. I've seen them make bad decisions that ultimately affect the rest of their entire lives. And criminal law is just very, very interesting to me. I would not. Entertainment law is probably interesting. I don't like reading contracts and merger type stuff. I like to, my sister always jokes that I like to be in everybody's business. And criminal law gives you an opportunity to do that.
That sounds like her sister. I mean, is this your sister?
This is not my sister, but she's like
No, I'm
my
just saying
sister.
because he's nosy too. I mean,
Yeah.
I've never asked you anything about your business.
You're finicky. You're nosy now. You see all this?
I know he's
And this is
Remember
for
that.
you. This is awesome.
Remember
write
that.
him down, take a picture.
But you know what it is. I'm gonna take it back to. Ever since then, he's been at my head. I've scarred him.
That was
He'll do anything to touch me.
Yes, and that keg that you have hanging out there.
So,
Paid for.
so what school did you graduate from? High school?
I actually went to West Arundequoit. I was in the urban suburban program.
Okay. Oh, the urban
Oh,
suburban
that's
program.
a good program.
Yep.
Yeah.
it
Very
is.
hard to get
I was
into.
actually just reading something about it in the paper earlier today, and I can't remember exactly what it is, but it is a great program. So,
I have a question.
yes, go ahead.
I'm gonna take my hat off for this because this is a sensitive subject. Because I was a bad boy.
Let
He
me
was a
move
bad
this-
boy.
Let me move this knife away just in
No,
case.
it's just
You're gonna
not
say
for
something about
nothing.
Veronica.
Why is it when I do something I get nothing but reaction?
Okay, go ahead.
I've had to face the judicial system in the past when I was younger, and I felt like I was treated unfairly, but not just for the judge, but I'll go down to the cop, and I know good cops, I know bad cops. My godfather's a state trooper. I know cops that are real nice, good friends of mine that met me when but anyways, what I'm trying to say is this. If and when, which we do hope that you do, what's going to set you apart? What do you want to bring differently to your bench that no one else has done?
Well, that is a very good question. I think what sets me apart, one, having been a teen mom, I'm familiar with the issues that people in our community are facing. I grew up probably in a very similar neighborhood to one that you did. Very similar neighborhood to one that the people that appear in Rochester City Court have grown up in themselves. So I know what they're dealing with. I know what they're encountering on a day-to-day basis in their lives. Two, I have been a prosecutor and a defense attorney. So I know what it is to be on both sides of the fence. When a person is a victim of a crime, it's a low point in their life, just like when a person is accused of a crime. And I know what it is, and I know how it affects both sides of that. Finally, I have a master's in social work. And that makes me a very different candidate than I think that we've had before, because it changes the way that I look at things. When I was getting my master's in social work, my concentration was community. And my professor described community majors like this. She said, a bunch of men are by the river fishing. And as they're fishing, they see a man in the river drowning. So they run and they pull him out. And they're fishing again. They see another one. They run and pull him out. 4 or 5 men later, after pulling them out, one of the men walks away from the group. And they say, where are you going? He says, you guys can pull people out of the river all day. I'm going to go see who's throwing them in.
Oh! Wow.
It's an opportunity to stop it before it gets to the next stage. You can pull people out of the river, but it doesn't stop people from drowning. Eventually,
Yeah,
you're not going to get to them all.
That is, I've heard a lot of proverbs, but that was deep.
That was definitely.
I mean, I think you're probably the only person I know that would be, that I know of. I'm sure you know some other judges that may be locally bounded or maybe hood bounded, you know, as per se. But I don't know many of them, and I think that's really important because I don't want to be judged by someone that doesn't know what I've been going through.
Exactly.
Someone that doesn't have a fraction of a clue what it is to live in the streets, the way I came up, the way he came up, the way you came up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's hard for someone to sit up there and me respect that person. For me to give any type of respect for them to say, you know, stand the gable or gavel, whatever it is, and say, you get this, you get that, I don't care, next court case. You know? Listen to what I went through. All you're going to hear, they always listen to the law side. They never listen to the pedestrian side. It always happens. Always happens. And I'll have evidence and proof, and we're just numbers. We're just numbers.
And I think that's part of the benefit of city court. You're not talking about felonies. You're not talking about violent cases. You're not talking about mandatory minimums. You're talking about petty larcenies. You know, you're talking about cases where the maximum term of incarceration is going to be a year. So you have an opportunity there to give a person a chance.
Yeah.
Because nobody's been harmed, nobody's been hurt, nobody's dead. You know what I mean? It's not too late to try to intervene and save that person if you have an opportunity to do so.
There's one thing I used to work for Ibero, and my first assignment was they asked me, find out all the programs in Rochester.
There's so many programs in Rochester.
I couldn't find out. Not only do we have over 800 to 900 programs in Rochester, but we have the most not only in the country but in the world. Rochester has almost 1,000 programs more than anywhere else that you could find. Anywhere else.
Just people don't.
I was baffled.
People don't look for them. I think a lot.
They're there. That's why, not for nothing, I don't feel bad for the people on the street. There's homes. There's programs to help you get on your feet. I'm just sorry. That's just me.
No, there is.
That's me. That's
there
me.
Is, but then there's also requirements and there's also responsibilities, and a lot of people.
That's fine. That's what I'm
There's
saying.
also undiagnosed mental health issues that
no doubt.
often play a large
absolutely.
part in
But the help
people's
is there.
Yeah.
The help is there, right or wrong. The help is all across. I mean, in Rochester, it's smaller than Brooklyn, just a little bit smaller than Brooklyn. And Brooklyn's the biggest borough, so everything's all inner city. You could take one bus and get wherever you want. So, I mean, all the programs are around, and I just feel like people, they want that opportunity, they want that chance, but they gotta self-motivate themselves too.
Let me ask you a question, though. You being someone that is like some of the individuals that might come in front of you, do you think for you to be able to preside over that case, is that an advantage or disadvantage to you? Do you think that the people now almost feel like, oh, hold up, this is Fulana, I got a hookup here, because...
They would be dumb to think so, because I don't believe in excuses. While I might believe in giving people chances,
that's what I'm saying.
I talk to my clients all the time. I'll be in jail talking to them, and they'll say, "You don't know anything about me. You don't know my life. Your parents are rich. You grew up in the suburbs." And I was like, I grew up off of Lyle Avenue. I had a baby when I was 16. You don't know my life. We made different choices. I do think that if you want someone to make better choices, they have to know that those choices exist. If I say to you, do you want a hamburger, do you want pizza?
Yeah.
And then I come back with pasta, and I say, well, you didn't ask for pasta. Well, you didn't give me that option. We have kids that don't realize that they have choices. You say, you were talking about what they want to be when they grow up. You talk to these little kids, I want to be an NFL player, I want to be a rapper.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what else?
They got bigger odds of getting struck by lightning to make it
right.
so.
And they don't have, I can be something else. They don't even have that as an idea. They don't realize the choices that they have. So I think it's important that we expose people to choices, even running. The idea of saying people who know me, who grew up with me, who know my dad, who are like, your dad was a Brown Street boy and you're running for a judge? People are so proud. When I was in the district attorney's office, I would have people say, you're Big John's daughter. Oh, you're trying to send me to jail, mommy, but I'm so proud of you. And
that's the ultimate sign of respect, and I think that's what our community needs. Our
Absolutely.
community needs that, because a lot of times we think that that's all we can, because that's all we see. We
exactly.
see, football players, we see the TV, and then we don't realize that, wait a minute. And I seen a picture on your website with a real good friend of mine, Spencer Ash. Mm-hmm. And I seen that picture on it. I'm like, I'm going through the pictures. I'm like, oh, look at Spencer. But another individual who really sticks to his guns, and he's an attorney just like you are, a different kind of attorney, but still an attorney. And I know that the type of work that it takes to get there is not easy, because if it was, I think
everybody be doing it. Yeah,
right.
We'd all be attorneys and doctors.
He's an urban suburban alumni too.
Yep, I know. I think when we went to Pittsburgh, I believe, or Pittsburgh Mendon.
Yep.
So he was out there. But yeah, so I mean, what would you want the people, anybody that's watching right now, what would you want to tell those individuals? Why do I want to vote for you? If I'm in a position to do so, why would I want to vote for you?
I think that it's important, as you alluded to previously, that we elect individuals who have some idea of what the living situation and what the living conditions of the people appearing before them are. It's going to be much more effective to address the issues that are encountered if you have some insights what people are going through. We know that it costs approximately $60,000 to incarcerate a person for 1 year.
That's crazy.
One person. Their families
That's more than I get in a year.
That's crazy.
One person for 1 year. It is so much cheaper to treat that person if they have the drug treatment. If they have a drug problem, for example, we can send them to drug treatment court for significantly less than that. If they have a mental health issue, we have a mental health court. You talked about resources. We have veterans court. We have DWI court. We have teen court. We have a sex trafficking court. Rochester is rich with resources,
Absolutely.
but they're only as valuable as the people who actually utilize them.
Exactly.
And so we need to elect people. We need to be involved in the process if we want it to benefit us at all. And people say that they care about our kids and they say that they care about improving our community, but we're literally closing schools and building prisons. So prison is business. I tell my clients,
That's private business.
Most of them are privately owned.
Yeah.
I was able to quit my county job with a pension in the middle of a recession and make a living because I knew that people would continue to get arrested. Quit my job with 2 kids and say, you know, whatever, I'm good. I don't need this job. I don't need this pension. I don't need this insurance. I can go out on my own and make a living and be fine. That's sad. That's sad. Prison is business. Incarceration is business, and we know that it's ineffective. The recidivism rate shows us that it does not work to change people's behavior.
It doesn't.
We're stockpiling humans.
Actually, I read an article one time of, like, thinking it was another country. I don't know if it was Russia or somewhere, but how they rehabilitate their inmates is so completely different than the way we do.
Well, prison is not about rehabilitation.
Not here.
It's not here. Not in the United States. No, that's not what it's
what I'm
about
saying.
here.
Over there, they actually
try to change things.
They really do try to rehabilitate their inmates.
And I mean, I don't mean to say that it's never appropriate to send someone to jail. When I was in the district attorney's office, I was in the Child Abuse Bureau. I got the first conviction in Monroe County for predatory sexual assault against a child. I sent him to prison for the rest of his life, and I didn't lose a wink of sleep. I was very comfortable with that, because the children that he molested were 7 and 9 years old. Ooh. He gave them life sentences. I felt very comfortable with his life sentence. So there is an appropriate time for incarceration, but it's not every time.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
And there are some people, with the exception of individuals like that can be rehabilitated and can kind of, there could be that life-changing moment.
Right. You know, and I see city court as a place to do that. It's usually the first interaction with the criminal justice system. So you have an opportunity to see this kid before there's a mandatory minimum, before they've got a gun, before they're being violent, and hopefully intercede to stop it from getting to that next level.
That's going to see who's throwing them in the water.
Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly. And I definitely applaud you.
You know what's crazy, man? We've been doing this show for how long? Like 4 months?
Yeah, about 4 or 5 months.
This is why I love this show. We have the privilege to meet some people that are in our community, and I'm telling you, you guys, you fascinate me. Willie Monroe, you, I love doing the show to meet people that are doing things that I'm not even aware of. You are such a well-spoken woman.
Thank you.
You will give Obama a run for his money. That's how he got elected, by the way. Not by what he did, but by the way he speaks. He's a very well-spoken man. He can tell you a whole bunch of lies and you will believe it. But you are very well spoken. You can tell you're highly educated, and I commend you. And I want to go to my next and my last question. This is what I'm alluding to. You're too smart to say that this is your final stop. What is your ultimate goal?
You know, I don't know at this time. I think that I can do a lot in city court. I thought that I could do a lot as a DA when I was in the DA's office.
You're shy. I can just put it all over your face. You're being too modest. What is your ultimate goal past this?
I don't know. I don't think that it's the end. But I think that there's a lot of work to be done in Rochester. Okay. And I think that I can certainly help do it. So to the extent, if I feel one day that I'm not making the difference that I could here, I certainly wouldn't hesitate to do so.
You're young. I mean, you got so much. I mean, you could do this for what, 4 or 8 years, get the experience?
It's a 10-year term.
10 years? And then move on up to something else and move on up to something else. I mean, you got so many years ahead of you. Imagine.
Yeah, but that's what I think. I think the determination, the drive is obviously there.
What you've done already so far.
There's no question there. So I
love that.
I commend you.
You got, listen, hold on. First of all, hashtag, you got tag the clap? Oh, man.
I love it. Like Willie Monroe, I knew who Willie Monroe was, but I didn't know who he was when he came here. Such a humbling, respectful young man. If you know who he's a boxer, he's a local fighter. Yeah. And just the way he spoke and the way he represented himself made me a lifelong fan. Like, I'll see him for the rest of my life in the streets, whether he goes pro and make it big, or not. He will always have my respect. And just the people that we're always having in these shows. I mean, my cousin Lisi and then Ray, I've known them forever, and just to learn more about them and their jobs just gave me even more of a higher level of respect for them. I love this show.
Absolutely. And I think what he's basically saying is that if he appears in front of you in city court, before you sentence him, he's going to be like, I'm your #1 fan. Go ahead, sentence me now.
I told you, you could give Obama a run for his money.
Remember that was me. No,
see, I'm not shutting y'all up, right? Remember the smile?
No, but seriously, I mean, I think it's a breath of fresh air. I don't think we have enough people that are willing, because it's not easy. I'm sure as far as money is concerned, it's probably not the most lucrative position that you can be in. I think private practice might be more. But even beyond that, I know the amount of work, the amount of stress that comes with the job, to have to sit there and be the ultimate say in what happens to a person's life. But for you to step up and actually do that takes a lot, because I don't think there's enough people in our position that come from our backgrounds that are willing to take that sacrifice. It seems like a lot of us like to take the easy way out sometimes, you know, which is, it's a bad thing. I'm not saying the easy way out like illegally on the street. I'm talking about the easy way out in anything. You know,
it's a lot of work.
If I can get a great job that pays me $100,000 and I'm doing the least amount of work, I'm good. Sit me behind a desk and I'm good. But to be able to do that, you know, that's a hard job. You're going to be dealing with emotion. You're going to be dealing with personal problems. A lot of different ever-changing.
You know what I'm very happy to see her being a part of? Latinas Unidas. Because these young girls need women like you. That's really
Latinas
key right
Unidas
there.
is beautiful. I actually found out about that once I was already running. Once I started running, I found out about it, and I joined at a paying level so I could at least support them because I can't actually do anything currently.
Oh, okay.
Like I can't be on a board or anything. All of those board positions I'm no longer serving in the capacity.
Well, yeah,
I think
but you can at least go in and mentor and talk to these young girls.
Yeah,
and that's the way I was thinking. I mean, just being part of these young girls.
When you mentioned Latinas Unidas, I mean, Daisy is like my second mom. Daisy Algarin, who just stepped down.
Yeah.
Oh my God, but she's a great lady. We look at the Hilda Eschers of the world. I think you had a picture with her as well. Hilda Eschers. There's so many people that come from where we come from.
Well, I've gotten a ton of support. I will be the first Latina on the bench.
Nice.
So that's very exciting. It's kind of sad because it's 2015, but it's also like, you know, my dad goes and tells my grandparents who just came back, and they're like, I'm like, Poppy, can you like, so he's like, no pressure. They don't care. They don't care if you win, baby. I'm like, you're right. My grandmother's
right. Everybody like, hey, you better.
Oh, no. We have a lot of pride in winning.
Yeah. My grandparents are in their 80s, so they sit in their apartment with their Stasio for city court
Oh,
t-shirts.
they probably got a bunch of candles lit up for you.
So that's a beautiful thing, and I just I'm looking forward to having you on this show some more, because I think what our ultimate goal for this show is to be able to give back to the community in a way where it's like this, you know, where we can show people, hey, you know what, this could be you. Just apply yourself. I don't care if you had a child while you were young. I don't care if you made that mistake. Okay, you made that mistake, but what did you learn from it? What can you take away from that situation? Whether you know, we're young. We were young at one point. We were all young. We all made stupid mistakes. But what can we take away from that situation? Especially if a mistake you can come back from. Like, you know, if I stole something and I got caught, okay, now I got to face you.
Right.
But does that make me a criminal for the rest of my life?
Exactly. And I think it's important. Our kids need that message. One of the community service activities that we did with a group that I used to be a board member of, we would go to Genesis House, which is a home for runaway and homeless teens.
Salvation Army. I'm on the board for Salvation Army, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
So we're sitting there talking to the girls, and one of the girls says, "Oh, that's great. You know, you're a lawyer and your life's so wonderful, but I'm 16 and pregnant. My life is over." And I'm like, "Oh, well, let me talk to you, honey. Let me tell you something."
Oh, you're the perfect candidate.
Let's talk a little bit more, and that's what it's all about, you know, and that's what we need. That's what we need, so that when they do that, I've gone to Genesis House. I was actually the 30th anniversary remodeling, so we ended up deciding like all the rooms. We went in there one day, and it felt institutionalized. Like you walk in, and it feels like an institution. So it's almost like you're grooming these kids to get used to being in an institutionalized setting. So we ended up switching everything to put little plaques, and he knows it. Anybody that knows me knows I'm all about positive saying. The more you have it around you, the more you have positivity around you, the more positive you think.
Yeah.
And just putting up from the dollar store, little positive symbols and messages, stuff like that, the changes that makes, and to be able to talk to somebody and, oh yeah, no, you know what, I've been homeless too. So it's not like, you know, you're going to sit here and talk, oh, you don't know what I'm going through. No, well, maybe this guy that's sitting next to me, he doesn't know, because he came in the Mercedes and he's born with a silver spoon, but I wasn't. So don't try to play that with me.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how life is, but I'll also tell you that I'm sitting next to this guy. So you know what? Me and him are no different.
It changes the relationship.
Yeah.
It changes they feel like, oh, wait, you know, when I was in the DA's office, the little girls would say to me all the time, oh, you're a lawyer? They would assume that I was the secretary or something. I say, yeah, I'm a lawyer. You think I could be a lawyer? Like, I know you can be a lawyer. Because they don't have somebody speaking that positivity into their life. They don't have anyone telling them, yes, you can do whatever it is you want to do. And, you know, it takes a village. We have to be there for our kids.
I have, and this is what I've been thinking about, piggybacking off of. I'm glad you said that. And I have a big thing about this, and me and Chuck were talking about it last week. We have leaders, but we don't have leaders. We don't have outspoken leaders, loud leaders. In my opinion, I believe that the Black community has it more together than the Latino community. We have leaders in the Latino community, but not like we had them back in the 60s and 70s and 80s, where something would go wrong, people like Robert Burgos pick up the phone, they all congregate, get together, go to City Hall, and they get the rights protected. Latinos used to be like that. I just think that we need more outspoken leaders, people to just stand up and just say, you know what, forget the conservative way, you know what, this is not right, we're going to fight for our right. I've always had this problem with that. I'm an outspoken person, and I don't believe we don't have enough outspoken leaders. We have the McFaddens, we had the Lightfoot family over there, and there's a lot of people I recognize as being more outspoken in the black community versus the Latino community. And I know that there's leaders. I know them personally in the Latino community, but I don't feel like they're as outspoken and as known as they should be. And I think these kids need to see that. Kids need to see who these leaders are so they can start looking at them rather than MTV.
Yeah.
They need to see themselves, their reflection. She came from my block. If she can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
We don't have those outspoken leaders. And I challenge all of them to be more outspoken, to be out there up more, and let these kids know that it can happen just like that. You just got to put a little bit of sweat equity into it.
Yeah. And they're saying this to carry yourself in a certain esteem, you know, to be outspoken but professional. To be outspoken but still be able to carry a conversation in a way that we get something accomplished. Because it's easy to point fingers, right? Everybody loves pointing fingers. The whole thing with the RTS thing on Facebook. Oh my God, everybody points fingers.
I don't agree everything with Adam McFadden says, but I like that he's outspoken. I love the outspokenness about him.
What are you doing to make that change, right? Because it's easy to say what's wrong. What are you doing to fix it?
Be that model. Be that model. Just show yourself and, you know, let these kids know that you don't have to be part of the system. You can be. You don't have to be a subject of the system. You can be part of the system and help make it change.
Exactly.
In any area. In any area. It doesn't have to be political. It could be anything. I mean, if you like music or whatever, I mean, just speak up and just be more of that outspoken leader. Let these kids know who you are. Perfect example, Roland Williams, man. He's not just walking the walk. He's talking. He's not talking. He's walking. He's been doing it for how long now?
Since high school.
He's been doing it for a long time, like almost 20 years or more. And now he's doing it. He didn't have to come back over here, but he's a perfect example of what these kids see.
But what I would say to that is, I think that football is the tip of the iceberg. I like what you guys said
absolutely.
about Leticia being something different for them to see. One of the things that I like about Leticia is a close personal friend of mine. I'm actually helping out with the campaign, and what I like about her, she's not about the politics. And so, a lot of leaders out here, outspoken or not, are about politics and supporting people because there's a what's in it for me factor as opposed to this is the right thing to do, this is what we need to do. When Leticia first told me her story and what she was about, that was what made me support her, is the fact that she is not about doing dirty things behind closed doors or making these under the table deals, but really changing our community. And so that's why I think that's what sets her apart from everyone else.
That's why I love this show, because we got to hear all that, and you made me a fan. And if I was a registered voter, I'd vote for you.
So we're going to get you registered.
There you go.
We're going to get you registered.
Okay. No. Here we go. Talking about...
He just opened up a whole other can.
EstacioForCityCourt.com. Make sure you check out our website,
EstacioForCityCourt.com. The show's not over. No, the show's not quite over.
This is exactly my problem. So we have this conversation about leaders in the community and all this meaningful change and blah, blah, blah.
I don't believe in a political system.
Then you need to go live in the mountains and not pay taxes.
I do not believe in a political system.
The political system affects you.
Obviously, it affects me so much that I don't believe in it.
Okay, but you're still part of it. That's stupid. That's like it's not the tooth fairy. You don't have a choice but to believe in it. It's affecting you every day.
I don't believe that it's going to work. I don't believe that it works.
Do you think that it works better when you don't partake?
I don't think it's going to go either way. I don't think I'm going to make a difference.
Okay, but is it going to hurt you to then be a part of it? If you don't think it's going to work anyway, then
I believe that listen, there's very few people that I know politically, personally, that I would have voted for easily. I would have easily voted for Ron Paul. I love Ron Paul.
Okay, but it doesn't matter if you love Ron Paul because you can't help him because you're not registered to vote.
No doubt. But I mean, what I'm trying to say is that
this is
other than the very few candidates that are political that I like, the other ones are just voting for the lesser of two evils.
I would just like to say I'm a registered voter.
Having a choice.
No, but the choice is like screw me or screw me harder. I don't like that.
But you're still getting screwed when you don't vote.
Yeah, so at least no one can point the finger. You voted for him.
No,
I didn't vote for him because
they can point the finger at you and say you didn't do anything.
He's taking his piece.
Why are you putting your fingers on the rest of it though?
No, but I mean that's something I had a conversation with him before.
I mean, it is a giant turkey leg.
He'll say that, and that's one thing with me that I'm, it's like
He votes every time.
If the system is broken, what are you doing to fix it? Because if you're not,
you guys can touch that one all you want.
If you're not doing something to fix it, then you are part of the problem.
Exactly.
If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem.
How do you sit here with a call to leaders? We need a call to lead, and then you don't even partake in the process.
I don't need to be a leader in my own way, or look for leaders, or encourage leaders to be part. I don't need to be part of the political system to do that.
I just want to.
What does politics have to do with being leaders?
I just want to freeze frame real quick. This is the real TCN.
I don't feel like that has anything to do with it.
I don't think that the politicians are usually the leaders. You just mentioned Adam McFadden, who's a politician.
No, but that was just an example.
It's an example of a leader.
What I'm saying, if anything, people congregate, get together when they have a situation. They go to the politician and bend the arms and bend their elbows and make them do something.
Because they're leaders.
They're not leaders. The people who just voted in. Okay.
You just said Adam McFadden, who is a leader, according to you.
No, that was just one example, and a lot of people don't agree with him. But I like his outspoken attitude.
It is very frustrating.
Even I don't agree with like 90% of the things
that
he
you
says.
say you want to see people on the bench who are familiar with our life, and then you don't vote. So you can't help
those people. But see, now I don't get to know all of them like I get to know you, because 9 out of 10 times they're usually on the radio or the TV, and I don't get to know who they are.
So now you know me, and I'm going to go to my car and get you a voter registration form.
To vote for her. Can you do that? Because now, put your money where your mouth is.
What's your excuse? What's your excuse?
Estacio for citycourt.com.
And you really, it's true though. You my boy. I just met her today. But
I never had anyone, you know what? I would do that for you. I would do that for you. I'm 38 years old, never been registered to vote, and I would do that for you.
And while we're talking about registering to vote, can I just dispel a myth?
Yes.
If you are a convicted felon, you can vote.
Yes.
The only time that you cannot vote is when you are on probation for a felony, you are on parole for a felony, you are currently incarcerated and sentenced on a felony. Other than that, you can vote.
So a lot of people think they can't.
He's a sex offender. When he went to the zoo, he touched animals in ways I've never imagined.
Are you on parole? If not, you're good.
That camel went running with his tail tucked up.
But
in fact, if you're in jail, convicted of a misdemeanor,
the monkeys kept coming back though.
You can vote. Absentee ballot. Absentee ballot. People don't take advantage of their rights, and then they're like, "Oh, I was treated so unfairly." Well, it's your fault.
Yep, exactly. And like I said, I mean, there's a solution, there's a problem. You're either part of the problem, part of the solution. But you know what? We accomplished something we haven't accomplished yet in the last 4 months of Real Talk 360, because now Todd is going to be a registered voter. People's lives out there, but within ourselves. So I thank you for that, and I thank you for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for doing everything you're doing, and I look forward to having you back on once you're elected, or even before that, anytime. Our doors, our space, our chairs are always open to you.
Thank you. Thank
definitely
you. I appreciate
you, and I always say, siempre pa'lante, because you're always going to move forward and keep doing what you do. Would you like to add something? Come up here.
We got an empty chair.
All right. Oh, you don't. I'm Chuck.
Let's see you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What's that?
Fast turkey.
Oh,
all
he
right.
left his.
Tell them about
Sure, need to get violated again.
So, beginning in probably August sometime, we are working with the women called Voters Walk. I don't know if you're familiar with the Voters Walk. They are an organization out of the Susan B. Anthony area. Barbara Hoffman's over there, Tess Padma. And we're going to do an entire series, basically what it means to be a citizen. Going through the whole idea of why do we go and get signatures on ballot, like the entire political process. I would like to figure out if we could do a bipartisan voters drive. Because I think the voter registration idea, it is too partisan oriented. It's like the whole idea, you got to get registered. Yeah, everybody should be registered. Not because you're a Democrat or Republican, because they could be. Do you think it'd be possible for us to bring together a bipartisan coalition that's solely out there to get people registered to vote?
Well, when you register people to vote, you're not supposed to tell them what party. I've gone with Metro Justice before to do voter registrations, and you're supposed to be against all of the rules. I never mention party. I just give them the form.
But the parties drive to get out the vote.
Right.
So we know that it's partisan.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it'd be really cool to start doing something that's non-partisan to actually get citizens involved because they're citizens.
Yeah.
Not because the party is trying to convince them to get in.
Yeah.
So, not to put you on the spot, But I want to put you on the spot. Can we get that done?
I think it sounds perfectly accomplishable.
All right, that's something we should try to do. It's just one of those things because all of this is for economic development. I actually, Lexington Federal Credit Union is one producing all of this to really start making a difference in the community. We opened up a branch on Joseph Avenue. Lovely Warren got behind that. That's how we got a lot of that open. And so everything we're doing is about community development. So I want to keep the partisan aspect out of it. Go sit down, non-voter.
We're changing that today. We're changing that today.
He's gonna be a changed man.
Yeah, we should definitely do that. But I think it'd be super cool to do some sort of an event that is not partisan-oriented, but is about getting people registered. I don't know what that looks like, but I'll leave that in Tag's
You
table.
guys have this beautiful space.
You're civilized. You see how you use the
Yeah.
What about Julio?
They totally took off the aluminum foil and licked that one.
All right, I'll give you a show back.
Yeah, these two
All right,
fingers.
voters walk
So,
over. Start
Really?
you
Did
on.
you touch my...
I'm like, why would you leave this here to be violated? They got you a whole
Because
new one.
they should be busy with that one.
I've
OMG.
seriously been eating this whole time.
this conversation was so good. We went over by 20 minutes. We didn't do any other segment. We didn't do sports. We didn't do anything. But you know what? None of that matters because I think the reality of it is our community comes first. All that entertainment is great and it's good to be entertained and it's good to have fun. But the work has to be done before you get to have the fun. And I think that we've kind of proven that today. We put the work in.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
Really
sir.
was.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like
Can I just
said,
say the primary will be Tuesday, September 9th. The
Absolutely.
primary is the election in Rochester, basically, because if you're not getting the Democratic nomination in primary time, you're basically done. Republicans don't run for city positions, so primary will be Tuesday, September
See, I don't
9th.
understand any of this stuff.
We'll talk.
Yeah,
We'll
figure it
talk.
out.
The primary will be Tuesday, September 9th, and hashtag Estacio for City Court on Facebook actually does exist, and EstacioForCityCourt.com, thanks to Veronica, does exist as well.
Yes, absolutely, and we'll make sure that we plug it on the show. We'll definitely make sure that we drive people over there, and at the same time, you already know. So
Yeah,
you're
you
either
can-
part of the problem or you're part of the solution.
That was
you
a
can't
cheap
be
shot
in
at
the
me
middle.
right there.
We're
Cannot
fixing
be
it
in the
tonight.
middle.
We're fixing it
So
tonight.
He's been hitting me with this for years.
we want to thank everybody that tuned in today. Everybody that's going to be watching us later on at another time. But definitely go out and vote. Make a change and make a change that actually will matter. So start with yourself.
September 9th.
September 9th.
In the meantime, like me on Facebook so you can get updates on the candidacy. Thank you.
Absolutely. And you can probably, we'll make sure that we have a link. I'll have a link on my Facebook page. We'll make sure Tag has a link on his, the posting from today.
I'll make you
So that way you
famous.
can go ahead and do it. He's got like 5,000 friends. So
It's,
What?
why do you exaggerate? It's not even that many
it's
yet.
like 3,500 or something.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
being modest.
Impressive.
Yes, it is.
And he sent me a friend request. Aww.
Why am I getting treated like a
Hard.
redheaded stepchild?
So everybody, thank you for tuning in tonight. God bless you and good night. And this is